experiment today. Full disclosure, I am in the woods, but they're not like woods. Sorry for the delay if you were waiting. I ran into some problems trying to get out of the house. So yeah, first gonna get out here. I think I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. Got some Viking gear on. I'm gonna show you guys. Trying to figure out the best path. I haven't been down in these woods for a bit, and this path that I normally use here is blocked off with all this debris. I think I'm just gonna step over it, but usually you could go right in here. I think I'm gonna duck under here. You may hear city noises, town noises, because I am in town technically. This tree's dead anyway. Snap that off. Invasive Asiatic honeysuckle anyway. Yeah, you may hear some town noises, sirens or something. But I think this is the only way I'd be able to do a live stream in the woods. So this is just kind of an experiment today. If I lose you guys once I actually get down in the woods, it's just gonna be some videos where we'll do a little day hike video thing. Man, this trail is completely gone. No one's walked this trail in years. I used to, full disclosure, these woods are like the woods I grew up playing in. This is where I really learned the outdoors. So it's interesting to come back here every once in a while. Apologies, I got this big tripod. Kind of getting caught on everything. Yeah, we're gonna find a good spot. There are some homeless people that like to camp out in these woods, so we're gonna avoid their area. Hey, Plunder Shop. And hello, Jacob. Hello, everyone else. Yeah, we're gonna find a nice little spot, set up a little bit of a camp. I kind of wanted to, while I was out here, hunt for some deer antlers, because it's about time for them to start dropping those. Might be a little early, might be hard with all this snow, but sometimes it makes it easier. But yeah, I got like a basket pack full of goodies. I got another coat, wool coat I think I'm going to actually put on here in a second. It's a little bit better now that I'm in the tree line. But man, it is chilly. I think with the wind, I believe it's like 15 degrees out here today. But I've got lots of nice wool on. I'm also in mostly period accurate Viking shoes, so going downhill in the snow, there's a very real chance I'm gonna fall. But yeah, I'll find a good spot down by the creek now. But yeah, so we're in the woods, but we're not like in the woods. Like we're in town, just so I can be able to actually stream and you guys can hear me. I have a spot in mind we're actually pretty close to. Everything's a little different because the trail's pretty much grown over. But like I said, I grew up in these woods, so I know these woods pretty well. There used to be a trail that would snake down right through here, and then I would cross the creek right over here. And my normal area where I'd hang out is like right over here. But it's wild coming out here after everything's, you know, grown and changed over the years. I mean, I've been in these woods in the last couple of years, but I haven't like messed around in the woods really. I came out here just for a real quick thing one day. We're gonna see about crossing this creek right here. I don't want to get wet because it is freezing. So I think we're gonna get to the spot real quick. There's kind of a nice spot to cross right here. I don't know how frozen it is. It's not frozen at all. I don't want to jump. Learning San Mai, very cool. Where are you? I am in the woods. Hey, Zero. Yeah, I'm just in some local woods in at a park near my home. So I can see these rocks on top here. Let's see. Ugh. Snagged up on a tree. I can see these rocks here. So I know that's not very deep, so I'm gonna step on these rocks because I really don't want to get wet. I'm in like all wool, but yeah. I mean, I'm not in any danger if I do get wet because I'm like a couple minutes from my house. You know, not very far, or well, a couple minutes from my car rather, but yeah, this is crazy. Crazy how much this has changed. I can tell people have been down here and like harvesting trees because right here, last time I was down in this area, right here there was a big fallen tree. I actually used to come to this particular spot all the time as a kid. I made a stone ring down here as a kid. I'm kind of curious whether or not it's still here. Yep. You can't really see it too well in the snow, but this circle of trees here, I made like a stone ring around here. This is where a lot of me and my friends would hang out. So I do kind of want to set up here, but we are pretty exposed to the wind here. What do we think, guys? Sorry I'm not getting all your... Do a flip. Oh no, I'd lose all my stuff on my backpack. I couldn't do that. It's just an open backpack. I think I want to, you know, I wanted to go to the spot mostly for nostalgia, but that wind is just cutting them right through here. So I think with it being so cold, I don't know, there's a nice field up that way, but that's where all the homeless people camp, so I don't want to bother them if they're there. I also don't want to get stabbed. Yeah. Berry, I think this might be spice bush. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't eat that, I was just smelling it after crushing it. Doesn't smell like pepper, which is what they say it smells like. But yeah, I think we're gonna move down a little bit. Sorry if I'm not getting your chats. I'm kind of focusing on not falling down. What do we think? We think we should go up to the field where the homeless people used to be. I know they pretty much cleared a lot of them out. Told them to leave. Are you in the middle of a forest? Yeah. Eat every berry in the woods. Yeah, okay. I'll get right on that. Let's see. Okay, you're... Alright. Let's see. Sorry, I'm missing everyone. San Mai, very cool. What's up? Let's see, afternoon. Yep, okay, cool. We're all caught up. But yeah, that's really cool. I don't know if my forge... I know it can get hot enough to forge weld. I just haven't messed with San Mai or Damascus or anything. We got all this freshly fallen snow. I should be smart, kind of go through, because I do want to have a little bit of a fire. Nothing crazy. I should be collecting like these dead branches for kindling. That's not dead. Yeah, we'll see. I do have like a little meal planned out here. Nothing too involved, nothing too crazy. Just some sausages and mushrooms and a little bit of goat cheese. I know another spot. I think I know another spot that's pretty good. It's within the trees and there's some stones down. See, this trail is a little bit more maintained. I don't know if it's by homeless people or by the deer. But we'll find out. I know deer come through here a lot. This is a good sign right here. This is a rub. This is where a buck was rubbing his antlers to get the velvet off before he got it all off. The deer tell me it's very itchy. So that means, I think, this trail you can kind of see right through here. I think this is probably deer trail, but this used to be just like a regular trail. Either that or it's maintained by the homeless population that may or may not be here. We're gonna check out that field and get the vibe on it. I'm over at Anvil Alley Forge. He is learning me. Very cool. Proper Viking lunch. Yeah. Grizzly Adams. Camping out overnight? No, I've got actually meeting up with Plunder Shop, who's in the chat. Gonna be meeting up with him tomorrow. We're coming up to this pond up here. Meeting up with him, but we're just seeing how far in these woods we can get before I lose signal. See if this is a viable option, because that kind of opens up my live stream content a lot. Nice little pond. Spent a lot of summers and pretty much all my free time here as a kid, catching frogs and snakes. But yeah, I'm not seeing any fresh tracks of people, so that makes me think that whenever they cleared out the homeless people back here, evicted them, makes me think they didn't really come back, which, I mean, good for me, but ooh, survival life hack here, guys. So this plant is called milkweed. So if you need, I don't care about the fluff, we'll let those go. So here, I'm gonna bring you up here with me. Oh, my back's getting wet. That means my water bottle leaked. Oh, that's not good. Definitely not great. Yeah, I'll put a little more clothes on. Maybe show you guys some of my kit. This, ooh, yep. Back's getting real wet. Put this back down. I don't know if it's just some snow or what, but I have a sneaking suspicion. Yeah, it's my water bottle. But, so this, extremely valuable resource. If you need to start a fire, like say you have something that'll make a spark, like the spine of a knife, a high carbon steel knife like this, and a piece of flint, if you don't have any char cloth, you can use this. So inside of here you can also collect the fluff. That's a nice splash tinder. You can collect this little pithy bit on the inside, and it was just hanging in there, so it holds all the seed pods in. You can grab this. This one's wet from the snow, but what you can do with this is if you dry it out, yeah, this one's pretty wet, but if you hit this with a spark, it'll smolder just like char cloth. And it makes for a really good emergency fire starter. I use it, I keep some of my fire kits, especially my like period accurate ones, so like it doesn't really require a whole lot of prep work or anything. It works just right off the plant. I dropped mine in my pack, so I'll probably try to put that closer to me. But yeah, definitely did not have my water bottle I made here. Nice leather, waxed leather water bottle I've been using for a while. That's cold. And while we're doing that, I guess I could show you some of my other gear. I thought you were chumley for a second. God. Put that one on the bingo cards, everyone. So let's see what else we got. So we got a large knife, sax style knife. This one's kind of modeled after a Liuku. But yeah, it's through tang. It's just, your larger chopping stuff. I mean, it's not a great chopper. It's too small for that, but it'd be a good self-defense knife. That'll do a lot of stuff. Made a really neat sheath with that. Got a Kuksa drinking container, / eating bowl. I've got a pouch with some stuff in it. I've got my smaller knife on a belt, but we're going to take this belt off so I can put on another layer. Try not to lose all my stuff. Throw that in my basket pack, but yeah, it's definitely a little bit colder than I was expecting. That wind definitely picked up, so we're gonna put all this over here for a minute. I'm gonna throw on a couple more layers. Get on some of this Viking swag. See what we got in the chat. Like your hat, thank you. It's an old technique called nail bound. Nallabinna, as they say in Norway. But it's like knitted, but it's different. It's wool. This one I got from a reenactment event. Sorry, I'm looking all around. I'm trying to keep situational awareness up. You never know who or what's out here. But it's plant dyed with plants. I believe this one is woad dyed and handmade by a lovely person who, actually I don't know if I ever knew their name. She was very nice. She gave me a deal on it. Yeah, sorry if you can, so I am in the woods, but it's not like the woods. We're still in town. That's how I'm able to stream this. That way you guys can actually see out here. Oh no, one of my little things broke. Damn. So this is more of a Rus style coat, which would be the Eastern Russian. It's where the Russians got their names. Let's see. I'm not the only Chumley fan. I'm not the only Chumley fan. I'm not the only Chumley fan. I didn't think anyone actually liked Chumley. I thought he was kind of a piece of crap. Didn't he like get arrested for like alleged like child predator stuff or something, or drugs, or both? Yeah, especially now my back's wet. Definitely gonna put some more layers on. So the combination of stuff I'm gonna have on is kind of inaccurate. Oh, here comes the train. Gotta come once per live stream. But yeah, like I was saying, this perfect example. You're probably gonna hear noises that aren't of the woods, because whereas I am in the woods, I'm in town as well. So this hood's called the Skildheim hood. SKJALDHEIM hood. Which is really funny, the amount of like Viking age reenactors that I've talked to that wear these, but then I'll say something like, oh, well, your stuff's not accurate, but they're wearing one of these. This is very much a reenactorism. So it's like something that reenactors all pretty much do, but they've only ever found one of these hoods, and it was on a woman, a Sami woman, which is not Viking age, or not Viking area, not any of the Scandinavian people, not the Norse people, essentially. So it's like technically inaccurate, but it's like they're fine with that. I mean, this is a violently practical piece of equipment. We got some nice Eastern Russian style mittens as well. We'll put these on. Recreation of a grave find. Let's see. I probably shouldn't have done that before I scrolled all the way down. Hello. Oh. Now we're all comfy. I want to make sure the cap of this water bottle stays on a little better, so I don't soak through this. First, we're going to put my belt pouch back on. You know what? No. We're close to where I'm going to stop, so we'll get there. We'll set up camp. We'll very safely get a little bit of a fire going so I can make a little bit of lunch. This stream's just kind of an experiment. Pretty much to see if I get signal down here, because it opens up a bunch of possibilities for future live streams. Instead of just doing forging and crafting stuff. Now I could actually come out and do bushcraft stuff, which I'm satisfied so far with my signal. Sure didn't leave anything. I'd hate to lose one of my fancy schmancy pieces of gear I love. Try not to get smacked in the eye. Got some nice cedar here. There we go. Yeah, I see some trash and debris in this field, which definitely leads me to believe. I know there was, last time I was out here, there was a bunch of trash out here that the homeless people left. Had a little bit of a hobo camp out here. A little bit of a tent city. It's like nothing against homeless people. I know shit happens. Just gotta be careful though. I don't want to step on anyone's toes out here. Get in a potentially dangerous situation. Take a look at that, see? There's a whole ass tent. Tarp over there. A clothesline, it looks like. With this little cedar forest is nice and enclosed. So I understand why they come out here. But they all got, there was a lot of them out here. I'm gonna go to a different section of the forest. There's a lot of them out here for a long time. And the police came out one day and got them all out. And they really check on it now a lot. That's cool. On a bird nest. Right here, that'd be a good place to get some tinder, but I'm gonna leave that in case the bird wants to come back and use that next year. I got plenty of other resources out here. Trying to figure out the best way around. I would duck down, but I don't want to keep shaking my gear all around. I don't want to shake this tree branch too much. What? Alright. I think I see a good spot. It's even got a nice little place to sit. But yeah, you may hear, ooh, hair's all messed up under the hat now. Oh, good. I got a nice little dead cedar here. Got some nice fire starting options. But yeah, you may hear noises of the highway, especially in this section. Just trying to figure out a good place to go. Whew. Pardon me if I'm not reading your chats, guys. Pretty thick woods right here. Just about ate it there. I see a nice log right over here. Oh, just about ate it again. You know, I've spent a lot of time in the woods, guys. But one thing I've never come across is a deer antler. I've always wanted to find some. I've just never had any luck. I think I always go out at the wrong time of year to look for them. I think. I'm gonna sneak past this tree. Got this big, beautiful oak right here. We're gonna go right over here. This log that's laying down right there. Sit on there. Have a very small fire. Oh, man. Whew. Yeah, I think it's a good spot, guys. Got a lot of branches, nice little branches right here. Can take those. Sit down, show you some of my stuff. I think that's too far away. Bring you in. I know what you're saying. Mystic Forge. How are you going to sit on that log without getting your butt wet? Well, I'll show you, since you asked. Oh, never mind, I forgot to bring it. Huh. Okay, I'm just... I was going to sit on a sheepskin. I really love doing, but I think this is... Yeah, it's all just nice fluffy snow, so we're just going to knock it off. Oh, man. Hopefully my fat butt doesn't collapse the whole log. Welcome all the new people. Gonna hang out here for a minute. Get a little shoveled as opposed to disheveled. Put some hair bugging me. All right, how's everyone doing? All right. Hey, my love, how are you today? I'm doing good, Wildcats. How about you? Let's see, Bill Clancy said, cowboys back in the day used to wear a piece of leather over top of their slickers, like you put on there to keep the rain off them. Yeah, absolutely. What's nice about the mittens is you can move your fingers in them. Air will circulate better too. Absolutely. It holds like, makes like an air pocket. I've got ice in my beard from the condensation from my breath. I'll show you some of my Viking gear. I couldn't find my fire kit. I made a video about my fire kit a while back. Nice little Burka wallet. Has all the nice stuff in there, but I can't find it. So we got a less accurate container, but a very accurate steel. Hello, William McMahon. Zero says, if a homeless person gets crazy on you, my suggestion is go full crazy and they will run. Where are you walking? I'm out in the woods. Just, it's a pretty big, I mean, we got, we have about 10 acres of woods here in this park that's close to where I live. About 10 acres of good woods. I mean, we got a highway like right over here. I went to pretty much the far edge. Let's see. Where are you? Yeah, where am I walking? Yeah, just a local park. Just thought I'd get out. I wanted to see if I could stream out here, which I think I can. Is it going good? Am I having any stutters or anything? And this guy said, Trainwreck said, all right, Jesus and his disciples, they're gathered around the table for the Last Supper. Somebody farts, who gets blamed? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that joke. It sounds like a good setup, though. Great signal. Awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely, that opens up a lot of possibility. I'm actually going to flip this up a little bit. But yeah, that's awesome. That's really good. Really good news. You can't leave me hanging with that joke. Train wrecked. You gotta answer that. I gotta know who gets blamed. Man, it looks really cold where you are. Obviously from all ice on the ground. Yeah, it's pretty cold here. Outdoors looking good. Yeah. Are you in the USA? Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm gonna start. You guys want to see some of my Viking gear? Like some of my tools and stuff? Let's see, chopping wood or something? Nope, just going on a little hike. I thought I'd make a little lunch for myself. I'm gonna get a fire set up pretty soon here. Get a little Viking Age fire going. Show you guys some of my tools and stuff I got. My belt pouch dumped out in the bottom of my bag, so that's fun. Here's a nice little bowl I carved a bit ago. I use this a lot for my food prep. Like I'll chop food in here and then I'll just like set it in here and I'll chop another food. Like I'll chop like leeks or green onion, other onions. Cool, very cool. Yeah, it's very cool today. Yeah, welcome everyone. Make sure to subscribe if you're into the... I usually don't do the Viking stuff on my live streams, but this was a backup plan in case I didn't have signal enough to stream out here. I was going to... must have taken a while to make. Actually, yeah, I actually made a video. I actually made this in a video on my channel. Showed me making the entire thing. Not too long though. I like to make a joke that it's a kuksa the long way. Just one of these, but longer. Even got the same kind of little boat front tip I like to put on a lot of my projects. How's your day? Pretty good so far. Hey, Rob. Welcome to Pressure Talk. Everyone check out his channel. One of my favorites to watch. I've been missing a lot of his live streams lately. We're just in different time zones. I catch him sometimes when I'm up with my baby. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of Viking hiking today. Showing off some of the stuff I've got. Ha! That's crazy. So my water bottle leaked on the way here, and the little drops that are on my sheath here froze already. I think it's like 12 degrees or something today. So sorry, 17 feels like 6. Always a pleasure to see you too, Rob. Where your camp? Are you going to cook in the snow? Yeah, I'm gonna move some of the leaves and snow. I'm gonna clear all that out. So I can get a little fire going, cook. It's not gonna be anything crazy. I'm just gonna cut like a branch and basically like campfire style cook some sausages. Nothing too crazy. They're already cooked and everything too. Gonna put them on some flatbread. I got some goat cheese. But yeah, not super accurate Viking meal, but you guys will have to forgive me. This is just kind of an impromptu thing, but yeah. So one of my favorite knives to carry for my Viking kits is very simple sheathed, very simple Puko style knife. Little rough forged. I forged this myself, did all the leather work, did everything. Tang goes all the way through to the end. Hello, Gregory. Welcome. Yeah, it's very chilly here. Sounds good. Yeah, it's gonna be real good, Zero, I think. Yeah, love this thing, rock this thing. It's not the sharpest in the world, but that's because I did this all with hand tools. I forged this and used files. I did use some sandpaper because I wanted a nice mirror edge. I do sharpen this up it sharpens up pretty well. It's 1095 steel. Beautiful knife, man. Thank you. Let me show you the big one. So kind of as a accessory to this, so Vikings probably, take all this with a grain of salt, probably would have carried something like this. They find a lot this size, and then they find some that are kind of a medium size. You know, this would be, it'd be small knife, medium knife, which I made this one too, pretty much the same way. This would be like more for like self-defense, larger tasks. This one's not quite big enough for chopping, but it yeah, it's actually made by me from a 2x4. The ends are old brass door hinges. These are copper pipe bushings, and the blade itself is made from an old file. This cost me, besides the sheath and everything, this cost me about $4 to make. Where are you from? I'm from Missouri. Knife looks like the knife for shining. Skinning. Oh yeah, that smaller one. Yeah, that'd be a good one. But yeah, I really like this one. They make a nice pair. Oh, and the end of this is from a 2x4 that they threw away at work. So it's just sheep pine or fir or something. It's very soft. You can see like the nicks where I've like bumped it into things and it's gone, but it's a beautiful handle. It really is. It's got like that nice warm color to it. And if I want you to make one like that for me, then you'll have to check my Etsy shop out. I don't have any on there just yet, but I will be trying to stock my store in about February. I'm gonna try to stock it at about February. That's the goal. Oh, the sheath on this is really cool. I did like this nice dragon. It's more Celtic-ish, but I just kind of free-handed it. And these pieces are all copper. I am from Russia. I am the hunter. Very cool. Count me in. Yeah, you'll have to. So my Etsy shop is the same name as my YouTube channel. So if you go, cold air is getting to me. If you go search onto Etsy for Mystic Forge Outdoors, you'll find my shop. Follow it. You'll get updates. So let's see what else we got. This, which had a whole bunch of stuff in it. I'm kind of mixing different regions and different periods, so don't, if you're a reenactor, don't be mean to me. I've been building my kit for a little while, but I kind of got a mixed bag here. So this is a burqa pouch, very fancy schmancy. Really like this pouch, nice leather pouch. There's nothing in it because it all dumped out in the bottom of my backpack, which is a wicker backpack. I'll show you that once everything's out. I also ripped that out, so maybe we'll see about fixing that strap. Unless I've gotten caught on a tree. Just like your channel's name? Yep, exactly my channel's name. Let's see. Ooh, this is a very good Viking piece of gear here. The Vikings would have never left without this. This is, if you're gonna buy any piece of Viking gear, you gotta buy this, guys. I need you to get hyped. I need you to get excited. It's a battery bank. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna charge my phone real quick. The cold sapping the life out of my phone. I've already lost 14% in like 30 minutes. So we're gonna plug that in. Keep that going. The knives like Damascus. I do not make Damascus knives. Not yet. I probably won't. They're very wasteful. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, King Ire. I'm glad someone liked my joke. So, do you know who I am? Vladimir Putin. King of Russia. I mean, not king. You know what I mean, though. But yeah. So, nice leather water bottle. This is just a flask, wet formed into shape, with a wooden stopper, and the whole thing is soaked. The whole thing is soaked in beeswax, and it makes it waterproof. Occasionally, this will start to leak. All you have to do is reheat the beeswax, and it's so cold that my water's freezing in here. I better drink some of this before it gets too cold. It takes water a long time to freeze. Oh man, that is cold though. Woo! I got some in my beard just now, and it's already frozen. Get that ice out of my mustache. Set that down there. I find it difficult on the Etsy app to search up shop names, but when I search for your shop name under Google or Etsy, the link comes up for your shop. Oh, I will. If you subscribe to my channel, I mean, if you like my content, subscribe. But I'll post a link as like a post, like a community post. You could also join my Discord, and I'll post it on there. The Discord is in the description of my channel. The link for that. Yeah, let's see. We got lots of little goodies out here today. Oh, huh. So you guys, hold on. Let me show you something funny real quick. Hopefully I don't cut myself trying to find the blade for this. Ah! No, I'm just kidding. Man, I'm getting a little numb in the fingers. Nope, that's an ear spoon. Okay, we'll just pull out stuff and we'll deal with that later. So, in this little bag, I've got kind of a craft kit. I've got some of it dumped out as well. But I've got a pair of scissors, forged pair of scissors. They found these in a couple grave finds. Got a little sheath for it. I've got a small... Sorry about your luck. We got a Japanese beetle in here in my drinking horn, my little baby drinking horn. Sorry, bud, you're probably not going to make it. I apologize. You're invasive anyway. I feel guilty, though, about kicking him out into the snow. Got this beautiful small drinking horn. Absolutely gorgeous work by Keltner's Carvings. He goes to the Renaissance fairs, the St. Louis one at least. But this is an Anglo-Saxon pattern he got from a Anglo-Saxon belt piece. Well, in case I don't want some dude to take up to 20% of my/your money, is there another shop option? Not yet. Stay tuned. I've really been thinking about starting a website so I can sell stuff and get all the money. Very nice. Yes, thank you. I remember that level of cold, man. I live in North California because, yeah, F the cold. Yeah, I don't blame you. We have a Renaissance fair down here in Georgia. Very cool. Yeah, it's very chilly. Very chilly. You look and sound like a good man. Oh, shit, I pressed the wrong button. Look and sound like a good man. It's important for me. Health to you and your family, brother. You too as well. Thank you for the positive message. And thank you, Zero, for... Thank you for knocking that guy out for me, Zero. So, I think we got this. Went over that. Set that aside. I've got a couple of these little... things of cordage I've made. This one's actively still being worked on, but it's just a natural cordage made of inner bark. Here's a couple different colored ones mixed together. I think those were dyed. But yeah, let's see. What else do I got in here? I got a little pot of salt. It's a little oh, that's a rabbit. Well, I never looked at the bottom. Oh, that's cute. It's just a little corked up. It's got ice in it. A little corked up, little ceramic pot of salt. I just use that for spicing up my food when I'm out and about doing my Viking hiking. Got a spoon with some coal rosing on it. Not exactly period accurate or not inspired by any Viking age finds. Just something I kind of free did. By the way, nice beanie. It's yeah, thank you. It's actually period accurate. A little pot, what kind? Ceramic. Let's see. We got this, which would have been very important for a Viking. It's a comb. It's been broken. I fixed it with some pine pitch glue. But they would use this. Oh, there's ice in my mustache. They would use this, keep their beard and hair in shape, because, contrary to popular media, and like a lot of myths about the Vikings, they cared a lot about their appearance. They would bathe all the time. There's actually stories of the British attacking them when the Vikings were invading Britain. The Vikings getting attacked while they were bathing because they did it so often. They had it they would do it once a week, which back then was a lot. It's awesome that you made a lot of your kit. Thank you. Little pot of salt. And do okay. Well, anyway, I'm a Viking age reenactor. There are no Vikings anymore. Not really. So we got this little piece here. It's a little bronze ear spoon. We don't exactly know what they use these for, but we find them all the time in grave sites. Thank you. It's all conspiracy. So we don't know what they would use these for. They think that it was kind of like a Q-tip. They'd stick it in their ears and scoop out excess earwax. Thank you, Zero. Appreciate you. Some people say that because it's got like a little itty-bitty spoon bit there, and we don't really know what it's for. They use them for coke. It does. I mean, that's the tiniest bump ever. Not that I partake in drugs, but some people said that they would use these for applying makeup, like charcoal dust, and they'd put it around the eyes. The women would. Bumps for the raid. That's pretty good. I'm going to mention that at my next reenactment thing. But yeah, we don't know what they're for. They might have been for earwax. who knows? I got a chunk of beeswax kind of in my fix-it kit. I lost my sewing thread, but yeah. Here's something. This is unrelated to Viking stuff. Let's see. But they can't exactly say that in a children's textbook, plus it was more pure. LOL, yeah. Looks lovely out. Yeah, it's like, it feels like it's 6 degrees out. Fahrenheit. It's cold. It's very cold. So, I made this knife on live stream. I don't know if anyone remembers this little guy. Forged it out. Used it for a lot of stuff. So, when I made this, I did, my aunt's an archaeologist digging up actual Vikings in northern Germany. If you're interested, take a look at the sites around Lübeck. I will do that. Hi, James Johnson. Hello. But yeah, I don't know if you guys remember me forging this knife. Really love the handle. Really love the profile of this little blade. Really great carving knife. Served me really well. But I skipped a step. I did not temper this. Or I did not, I didn't put any through temper cycles on the actual piece that's in the blade. I only did the blade. I softened the blade a little bit, but I left it hard, and I was like, it's a carving knife. It's not going to be like, I'm not going to be batoning with it. This is a lesson to you guys not to skip steps. Because, because I didn't soften this back, this was all hard. I was just carving on the coupe so a little too hard one day at home, and just pushed a little too hard, and it snapped. But yeah. Very sad about that. I think I'm going to try to forge this back out, curl it in, and make a little folding knife. And I really like the handle shape of this, but I mean, it's a shame it's pretty much... I will make a new one. I've got already another one that's similar size. I forged it at the same time. But, yeah. I'm going to put my mittens back on, guys. It is freezing. Especially now that I've stopped moving. Whew. Oh, my gloves are cold. Oh, my mittens. But yeah, this is based off of, it's a really interesting pattern actually. So there's a piece there, it's like a triangle almost, but then the other side comes all the way over there like that. It's they only found one example of this, and it was somewhere in Russia or Kiev or somewhere. It was some Slavic place. I made one too. Very cool. But yeah. So let's see, what else we got? Let me throw some of this other stuff. Oh yeah, I guess I should talk about the bag itself. So so this bag, just about lost all my stuff. This bag is kind of what we think these were for. We find a bunch of these wooden pieces and they match up, they come in pairs. It's called the Burka bag. We kind of think this is maybe what they were used for, to suspend a little bag. This is a little herringbone wool bag. It's like a little purse, but I just kind of keep some goodies in here, my small goods and stuff. I had a repair kit, some of the hygiene stuff was in here. I had mostly like sewing stuff and all that. Sewing stuff, scissors, my ear spoon, my regular spoon was in there too, which makes me wonder where my knife went, or my fork went. I'm sure it's in the bottom of my bag because a lot of this dumped out. We got -11 and arc. Oh shoot, I can't read that word. Staying warm in the wool. I'm trying. Hi from Connecticut. Where are you? I'm in Missouri, just in the woods in town. Tell me I know where my keys are. I do. Yes. I do not have them with me. Are you planning? Sorry, that's my wife. Are you planning on leaving, my love? Okay, yeah. I got them. You're good. If you want to, you lock up whenever you take off. All right, so we're gonna go over some other stuff. Love you, bye. Drive safe. The roads are fine. The ice is, the snow's pretty much all melted in the roads, and they salted pretty well, so you should be good. It's Mrs. Forge. I've parked behind you. Oh, I don't have. Okay, so there should be. Check the bookshelf. There in his whimsical bag. Yeah, Viking King Biker, Jelly Roll Cousin, Jelly Roll Cousin. Okay. Let's see. There's keys. They're either on the counter, by the door. They're either on the table, maybe the bookshelf. Archangelsk. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. I've never seen that word before. Is on the north of Europe, part of Russia. Very cool. But yeah, my wife. If you do not find them, let me know. I may have to head home and give her a key. Get the key. You did not find them? Let's see. They may be in the garage. Do a backflip. I'm not gonna do that. That's cameraman Joey. Yeah, so shoot. Okay, so they may be in the garage. I remember when I came back in, I set them down somewhere that was unusual. They may be in the linen closet in the bathroom. Press A to do a barrel. Well, I'm going to go through the rest of my kit real quick while my wife searches for the keys. I really apologize. The fridge. No, not the fridge. Sorry, I got to clear the ice out of my mustache from the condensation. Got him? Perfect. Okay, cool. Cool, live stream continues, everyone. My inner cringe meme lord impulse just now was to dab, to, you know, to hit you guys with that because you found the keys. Love you, bye. Drive safe, babe. Super cringe. I'm very cringe. That's why I'm dressed as a Viking in the woods in 6-degree weather. You said somewhere weird, maybe there'd be in YouTube land. Oh well, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to make a fire here soon, guys, because my sausages are freezing. Gonna set all this stuff down. So, oh, there's a lot of crap in this. Plate, wooden plate. Pretty good size. I use it as a cutting board as well. Just a good size wooden plate. I didn't actually mean to bring that. I just meant to bring this, but I will absolutely use that. We've got, might as well pick them both up at the same time. Let's see. Hey, thank you for the gift, Timothy O'Keefe, cameraman Joey. So we've got another thing of natural cordage. This, yeah, I think this is all made from natural cordage, all inner bark. I think this one's made from yucca. I think this one's made from inner bark, maybe tulip poplar. But yeah, I like to make cordage. I use it. What's happening here today? Doing a little bit of a experiment to see if I could live stream for my local woods. I'm in Viking age clothes. Showing you guys some Viking gear right now. We're gonna make a fire here in a minute and get some food going. I think this whole tree's dead, actually. So I think this whole tree is gonna be firewood. Yes, this whole tree is dead. Ain't nothing worse than being cold and your sausage freezes. Yeah, walked into that one, dang. That's funny. So let's see. Man, I don't want to keep taking my glove off, my mitten off. But, got some nice linen thread, which, now that I know this is in here, I'm going to probably use this to fix my bag up while I'm out here. As long as I've got in here It's also a place to keep all these needles. I've got a bunch of natural thorn needles in here as well, and a forged iron needle, which we'll use that. Oh no! I'll show you guys that in a little bit more detail. Do you think I'm gonna make it. I was gonna ask if you think I should make a video series where I go over all like my Viking kit, but I think I'm gonna make a lot of little series about like my repair kit, my fire kit. Is your channel about Vikings? Not just. I do Viking stuff. I do forging. I do wood carving. I'll show you. I do leather work. I do all kinds of stuff. Like I did the leather work on these knives, and I also forged these knives. But I do all kinds of stuff on here. Do outdoor stuff. Thank you. It's definitely warm. It's not as warm as I would like for it to be, but it's definitely helping. I could also, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, get a little extra warmth with this hood. Oh, there we go. Ooh, ooh, that's a vibe, and it's nice and comfy. Nice wool hood. But yeah, this thing's awesome. It just comes off. It's so nice, dude. Dudes and dudettes. So we got also, I showed you guys the wooden spoon. Here is, I can't remember the name for these knives, but they'd use these. They find a lot of these. What am I doing out there? Just kind of doing some Viking hiking. Dressed as a Viking, randomly exploring, seeing if I could do live streams out in the woods. But use this for food. It's basically like I would say it's like a butter knife, but I mean this thing's razor sharp. A gift for my lovely wife. Then there's the Viking fork, nice little forged. I didn't make this one, I bought this one. Got some rust on there, but I had sucking the heat out of my hands. But yeah, Viking fork for eating. We're gonna be using that for sure later today. Oh man, it's cold. I lived in Norway for 2 years. I bet that was like real cold. Like I'm cold right now, but it's not like real cold. Like it's, I mean, I have like ice in my bag for my water bottle spilling out a little bit that formed in like less than 5 minutes, and my beard and mustache are full of ice. But I mean, I've definitely been in colder. All right, so as far as Viking stuff goes, we got like 3 more things. We've got, on some cordage I made, a sharpening stone, a little whetstone. They would use these to sharpen their knives, obviously. You need to do a full camp video, like 24-hour stream. That would be pretty hard. Am I living outside? No, just exploring. Just out and about, seeing if I have good enough signal in this forest to be able to stream out here. So we're gonna put that in the bag with the rest of the stuff. I've got the even more of that thread. Next thing, second to last, we got a nice beeswax candle. This is pretty modern, but I mean they would have had similar tools. An awl for leather work. Doubles as a Viking fork too, just poke it. Yum yum. I've just got that in a very inaccurate cork. And then, last but not least, got a little bit of fat wood for making a fire today. We're going to use that since we got wet conditions out. Fat wood is just, there goes my fire kit. We got it's just pine wood impregnated with a bunch of pine resin from where the tree got hurt or it died, and it all settled on that side. Just about knocked you guys over. But last but not least, in a very inaccurate container, we've got our fire steel. and a piece of flint. This is not the best piece of flint. The stuff I found is pretty soft. We're gonna use some char cloth today, but it's gonna be a struggle. No big deal if I can't get this started. I'm not gonna freeze. I just won't be able to cook my food. So we're gonna pull this stuff out, put it down over here, then we're gonna start collecting sticks and stuff, get moving around and warmed up a bit. Put these mittens on. What am I up to? Just doing some little bit of hiking, a little bit of in Viking age clothes. I guess I could go over my clothes real quick too. Let's see. Below zero was the coldest day I had here. 50 below zero. Jeez. But yeah, got some ice forming. So I'm gonna gather some stuff. I didn't come out with all the best fire making stuff. That was kind of intentional. I wanted to give myself a little bit of a challenge because it's boring if it's too easy. And since it's been snowing most of the day, as you can see all the snow, that's cool, yeah. What state? I'm in Missouri. Currently well below freezing right now, so get you guys turned around while I gather some firewood. I like to with cedars. You're not going to be able to hear me all the time. With cedars, which we have a lot of here, I really like to collect these little thin branches. Because I mean, you listen, that's a nice clean brick. That's very dry, very thin. Makes for nice kindling. And the tree is already given up on them, doesn't care about them. They're already dead. I don't like to break them too close, and don't break them up. Because if the break happens on the top side, it'll pool water. Oh, excuse me. It'll pool water and make it to where the make the wood rot. It'll kill the tree. But these little saplings are struggling because we're surrounded by a bunch of really big oaks. And those oaks like to they get most of the sunlight, so it doesn't work out well for the smaller trees, so they just kind of stay small and sickly unless one of these big oaks fall. So we're going to clear out a nice little area, get all the leaves away. I'll show you guys the little area. I don't need a big fire. It's going to be a pretty small area. But I'm shooting for a fire about that big. I'm just going to cook up some stuff. But now that I've got this stuff pretty well cleared out, you want to get more than you think you'll need cleared out. So I'm going to do that. Get quite a bit of it. I have a fire right here. You guys, let's turn you guys so you can see. But yeah, I got this whole area cleared out. You don't want any leaves. I'm going to get down, you know, to where there's actual dirt. This is nice, good clay. See my Viking kicks and all the ice on my wool pants, which I got wool pants. I got a wool tunic, blue wool tunic underneath that. I've got the wool kjortel slash coat, but I'm going to make a pile of my sticks here. Start piling up all my wood. Like I said, it's got some leaves on it still, some needles. Yep, so we're going to leave that. It doesn't break right away. We're just going to leave it. cedar is really good for getting a fire going, but it's not good for sustaining a fire. Luckily, I got this dead standing tree right behind the camera. We're gonna clean up all the small branches and we're gonna break that up. That realistically should be enough to get my meal cooked. Oh, sorry about that, just about knocked you guys over again. Assaulting the chat. But yeah, I always like to organize my stuff when I'm making a fire out in the woods. I'll get my smaller than pencil sized stuff, which is this really nice thin stuff here. That's your tinder or your kindling. Your tinder is going to be your fine fluffy stuff. So you got smaller than pencil size, then you get your pencil size stuff, then you get your thumb size stuff, and then wrist size stuff. Wrist size stuff, I'm not going to really get any of that this time because I don't really need it. We're going to go thumb, in between thumb and wrist size. What do you have for food? I have some really nice, I've got some sausages, some really nice feta and spinach sausages, which are not period accurate at all for Viking stuff, but they're delicious, so I brought them out. I got some goat cheese, which would probably be accurate for Viking age, and I've got some flatbread, which is definitely accurate for Viking age, kind of like a pita. Got this nice little dead sapling behind us. Gonna start pulling down some of the bigger branches, and I'm gonna pull the whole sapling down. Yeah, definitely dead. So I'm just gonna go ahead and see if we can't pull this whole little sapling down. Should just come up at the root base. If I can. There we go. And there we go. So now we're gonna, don't even need a saw, don't need an axe. We're just gonna go ahead and start pulling off the smaller branches from up higher. I guess I could turn you guys so I can read what you're saying. But yeah, I got just flatbread, goat cheese, sausage. Just basically sausages are already cooked. We're pretty much just gonna heat them up. Get a nice amount of kindling. We need more pencil-sized stuff though. It should give us some good thumb-sized stuff as well. We're just gonna basically clear all these little branches off because that's free fuel. And once that's done, we'll start breaking the actual tree apart. Whenever you're collecting firewood, you want the nice crisp snaps like that. You want the good clean snaps. You don't want it to like snap and like have half of it like hang off. Definitely warming up now that I'm moving around. That feels good. Whew. Signal's still good, everyone. What foods did you bring? Very curious. I like survivalist things like this. It's not very survivalist. Very just some stuff I picked up at Aldi's. Usually I would bring a little bit more involved food, but since today was just an experiment to see if I could live stream out here, I didn't want to like do a whole bunch, go out and then be like, well, that was a waste of time. I mean, I could have filmed a regular video, but I didn't want to. So step on it. I don't usually like to do this with these boots because these are just little, they don't really have like soles like a regular pair of shoes. Oh, let's see. Nice little club. Smack somebody with that. Bam! Bye forever, chat. I need thicker stuff. I've got plenty of thin stuff, but I need stuff. You don't want to pick it up off the forest floor. Let's see. Look like you belong in a survival game. Carefully, don't hurt yourself. I will be careful. Thank you. I appreciate that. You should be able to find water with that. LOL, yeah. Nice dowsing rod. Let's see. See if I can't find some thicker fuel sticks. This is hickory. This hickory, I think, is still alive. Yeah. There's some thicker cedar right there, but I don't think I want to take that. Cedar burns too quick. It'd be nice. You don't want to pick up stuff off the forest floor because it's not very good for a good long-term fire. Hey, thanks for the gift, Timothy O'Keefe. Alone, yeah. I'd go on alone. I would for sure go on alone. I'd really love to go on alone with all homemade gear, because I don't think anyone's done that really. Why not from the ground? So, like, okay, so there's a piece here on the ground, right? It's been sitting on the ground for a while. You can see it's rotted. It's like very rotten. It holds water. I mean, there was nothing to that. This is punky, which, like, punkwood has its purposes, but it just does not make for very good firewood. It smokes really bad. It holds moisture. I mean, I'll burn that anyway, but if you're trying to get a really good fire going, it does not work very well. It's just, it does not burn very clean. It's very, very, very smoky. Hi, Gregorio. Yeah, I hope I said your name right. But yeah, it does not burn well. It's just very poor burning wood. And there could be a lot of issues with it. It's not worth it. What is this, in Georgia? No, this is Missouri. The good old Midwest. Whew. Hi there, welcome. Nancy Melendez? I don't know who that is. Oh, I guess I have to do the YouTuber thing and plug my channel a little bit. Oops. So, I have memberships activated now. I think I've only got like 2 little small tiers. I think I got like a $2 and a $5 tier, but I'm going to be doing like live streams specifically for them. Viking helmet IDK, how it corrected. Oh, hey, Branches. I remember you. Is that a Viking helmet? No, this is just a nail-bound wool hat. It's like knitting, but a little bit different. Hi there. Stay safe out there, brother. You too. Yeah. But yeah. Oh. Thanks. My window is fixed. Those of you who were in the last live stream and want to listen to me break my door, and then listen to me fix it, because I thought I had muted my mic, but I didn't. Yeah, door's fixed. Thank you everyone who donated. My father-in-law came out the next day and fixed it, and worked out. So I mean, it was not very long having to deal with the cold. You know, I said not to pull. Glad to hear the door's fixed. Yes. Thank you again. Oh, man. You know, I said not to pull stuff off the ground, but Is it an expensive fix? It wasn't. No, not really. I use plexiglass. I'm actually having trouble with my YouTube also. I can't, all the donations I've gotten and everything, because I just hit my threshold that last live stream. My AdSense, I can't verify my address. I'm having a lot of trouble with that. I sent like a customer help message to them, but I cannot yet touch any of the money I've been sent on the donations. I did set up the membership thing, but I need to. Ooh, that snow's coming in. I don't know if you guys can see, it's pretty small snow, but P.O. box. Well, that sucks. Yeah, it does. It does suck. I'll get it figured out. I need a physical computer to actually like try to do that on. What's that hood half parka you're wearing? So, this is called a Skildheim hood. So it's got a hood on it, and it just goes over normal clothes, normal hood. But it like goes over the back too as well. It was found in a Sami grave. A Sami woman was buried with it. So it's a recreation from that, but it's such a practical piece of gear that I think a lot of Viking age reenactors use them. Keep getting snowflakes like right in the eyeball. I'm facing the wind. I think I'm gonna get this fire going. How cold are you? I'm pretty cold, actually. I need to start moving around because it is very cold here. Let's see what it says. I believe so. It's 12 degrees, feels like 3 now. I think it was like 15, feels like 6 earlier. So now it's even colder than when I started. Dope, man. Yeah, but I'm definitely getting cold. I need to get all this ice out of my beard from the condensation from my breath, but I got things to do. We're gonna see about collecting some more wood. I do see a dead branch right here. We're just gonna pull that down. Did you finish the mulberry bowl thingy? Oh. So I carved through the bottom of it. So I've got to start yet another Kuksa project. But the guy I'm making it for, yeah, that's nice. That's what you want to hear. The guy I'm making it for said it was okay that I take a break from it. Because I'm pretty upset about it. I'm gonna try to fix it, but it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna send it to him because it won't work for what he wants to use it for. I just carved one spot too thin in the bottom, and I knew I should have left it alone. That's why you should always listen to your instincts, people. It just really sucks because I really like the shape. I really liked how that one was turning out. Yeah, see, this isn't ideal firewood, but it's dead enough. You want this nice, clean. Not that. That wasn't a good example. Nice, clean snaps. Okay. This might have gotten a little wet recently. It's nice and dead. It's just not completely dry. Yeah, Missouri, yes. Order Domino's, broski. They don't believe. I don't believe they delivered to the woods. But I'm gonna be cooking up something here in a minute. I've just got to collect a little bit more firewood. Let's go on a little hunt for some firewood real quick. I know I said I didn't want any more thin stuff, but this stuff's right here. It's still alive. Still got some kick to it. So we're gonna leave that one alone. Let's see if I can find another nice little dead standing sapling. Sorry if I don't get to your chats. Forging a snowman stream. It's pretty good. It's funny. I am going to take advantage of some of the cedar bark on some of these little trees too. Oh, especially right here, because usually I wouldn't take from trees this small. But this is already a deer rub, so we're going to take some of that on our way back. I didn't bring a pouch with me. So now, yeah, we're doing a little Viking hiking live stream. Wish I was out camping at my spot. Definitely snow on the ground. Do you know any herbs? Yes, I do. I studied herbalism and herbal healing for a while. Let's see. And there's lots of medicinal plants, I would say, would be a more apt description of what I studied. So I can tell that this piece here on the ground, I might just work out. It's pretty rough, but I can tell that it's not been on the ground very long. I think it's fallen since before our last rainfall, just because the leaves underneath are not rotten. So that's a pretty good sign. It's nice and dry. Let's crack some limbs off. Decent. We're gonna start breaking it if it's got some good cracks. Yep, that's good stuff. I think it's oak. It's not the best, but it's definitely better than all this thin stuff. A little punky in some spots, I think. We're gonna do the lazy man way. Make sure I'm not gonna break any here. Here we go. Broken into 3 pieces. Sorry you guys missed it. Did not angle you guys very well. Caught you. Alright. I'm gonna grab this last piece that I broke off of here. I think this will be good. I don't have a lot of intermediary thumb size stuff, so it may be a struggle to get this going. Let's see what chat says. Gonna drink some tobacco juice. Gross. It's Possum. Welcome, Possum. Made it, just so you know. Thank you for letting me know, wife. Hey, it's Possum. You got a flask with you at least? I might have something. I might have a little bit of mead with me for the Viking live stream. I definitely have water. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Trying to think of the best way to angle you guys. I could do an over the shoulder view. I need to grab some tinder first. I specifically didn't grab tinder because I wanted to give myself a little bit of a challenge out here. So this cedar's pretty bad off. I think it's gonna die anyway, but that stuff's not the best. But you don't want to take too terribly much. Oh yeah, this is pretty rotten. So we're gonna take this. Guys, I think we may go to this little pond here. See if we can find some stuff. I'm gonna take some from this tree. Let me grab my knife real quick. Oh, we'll grab the small knife. Don't need a big guy for this. We're gonna do some tree rubbings. This is what you want to look for when it comes to cedars. You want this nice fluffy stuff. We're just going to collect a bit of this. You don't want to collect too much from one spot because you'll wear down all the bark, but I mean this guy's pretty well rubbed on by deer as well. We're going to take some of these branches. You can see where the deer have rubbed off all the bark on this part. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. You guys liking this stream? You guys like this more than my normal stuff? That last guy couldn't start a fire. Last guy on like a live stream or something? He was from Maine. Oh, are you talking about like alone? Or are you talking about like you saw someone else outdoors doing survival-y stuff? We're gonna go ahead and put this knife right here. so I don't have to keep holding it. And I think we're going to shove our tinder that we're collecting in my glove, because I'm warm enough for right now. This is another good tinder. You want to listen for that nice crunch of the leaves. It's not very dry, but we'll take it anyway. Take what we can get. Got a nice cedar here. Got some little bits that are flappy. Oh, you guys, that's on a really cool stick. And some more good cedar. But if that wasn't so rotten out, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's got that nice twist to it. Let me see if I can zoom you guys in. I don't want to go down there because it's kind of a hill right there. But that would have been a really sick walking stick. We got this nice cedar here, so we're gonna grab my knife. I should have put my belt back on. I'm gonna grab some of these little hangy dangly bits. You don't want the outside stuff, you want the kind of inside stuff. We do have some fat wood too, so I don't have any doubt at all. This is a little moist, but I don't have any doubt at all that we're gonna get this fire started. Gotta have faith, chat. Oh, I dropped my glove full of all my tinder. Now there's a bunch of snow in there. Not cool. I dropped it again. Is grass of any use for fire making? Absolutely. But it was snowing. Yeah. It's snowing here too. It's just really tiny snowflakes. Oh, sorry. See all my ice from the condensation. Start breaking that out a bit. That's kind of gross. It's too bad there's no cattails next to this pond, because that would make a nice flash tinder. But these little guys, when you find these on cedar trees, these little very dead needles, those work well because they've got some cedar oil in them. You can usually pull the branch off. That'll go in the bird nest that we're gonna make. I was gonna use my knife to scrape some of this bark, but not a lot of these cedars have a lot of very good bark for this. A lot of them are too small. You want the really big, thick, nice old trees, because you can peel quite a lot off without harming the tree at all. And I don't need to be out here, guys, so I don't want to, like, if it was life and death, oh man, I'd be scraping all the bark off this tree. But, you know, we're just out here doing a live stream. Sorry if the angles are a little crappy on this. Pull some of the stuff off of these deader branches. Get this shoved in the glove. We're looking for like a softball sized bundle, preferably. But I don't have the highest of hopes. I might make a couple feather sticks. Let's see. Yeah, grass is very good for fire making. Slide on your butt and get that cool walking stick. I would zero, but it's rotten out. It's all, I could tell just by looking at it, it's all rotted. The whole top's broken off. That's always a bad sign. Sorry, I'm getting this ice out of my mustache, bugging the crap out of me. I see some good cedars in the distance, but I don't want to go too far from my campsite, just in case there are homeless people out here. Because if I was homeless and came across like a whole basket pack and water bottle and all that stuff, I'd be pretty tempted to take it. Gonna be honest. So I see some more cedar needles here. Yep. Take these. Got some really thin stuff. We'll take that. I think we're gonna change up strategies because I'm not getting a lot of good stuff here. Let's see what we got in the pack. There goes my knife again. I'll put my belt on because it's driving me nuts. Get you guys plugged back in real quick. We're gonna see what our tinder pile looks like. Let's see. Finally, someone that's actually live. Yeah, okay, so I've been like, I don't really care that much about watching lives. Tent or hammocks. Depends on where I'm at. I always prefer a tent. I'm a hammock camper also. But yeah, it really depends on if it's like, it depends on the conditions. If it's raining, hammock camping all day, every day. Because tents, it's like all it takes is one small leak and your whole trip's ruined. You got matches? Absolutely not. We're all Viking age accurate here today. Period accurate. Well, okay, we're going to be using a little bit of char cloth. Love you all. Yeah, that's very nice. Got some nice, positive people today. So, I am missing some of my stuff. So it's even more of a challenge than I thought initially. So I think we're going to take a lot of this. A lot of this is going to go towards One Tiger's Tegamon. I really like the One Tiger's Transformer personally. So we're going to make some fat wood shavings with this. And we're going to use this to... We're going to catch it in here. We're going to use my Viking Age knife. We're going to see... Oh, man, my hands are cold. Put my... Oh, no, I forgot it's full of tinder. Crap. Okay, well, we're not going to put that back on. I'm not that cold yet. I do need to be conscious of it. I mean, I'm not in a place where I'm in danger. If I do start getting hypothermia, I know the signs. I know how it feels on myself. We're going to very carefully... I think we might even split this. I think we're going to split this a couple times. I'm already losing some of my shavings. So I'm going to put this down here. So I think we're going to split this big piece into a bunch of smaller pieces. Bring you guys down for that. This is a good trick. So we're going to try to get this going with just that little bit of tinder I collected and just this fat wood. But we're going to switch to the bigger knife just to make it a little easier on ourselves, or on myself rather. We're going to set it in this little tree thing here, this tree root bit that's left. And we're going to take it, and I would use a stick for this usually, but don't even want to lose even a shred, so I'm going to grab that. Now realistically we could just take that, walk that down. I'm not putting any pressure, I'm just kind of pushing down, walking it down. Now we've split this whole piece. So I'm gonna love the smell of fat wood. So we're gonna take this big piece, we're gonna split this down again. We're gonna keep processing down until it's like a, we're looking for like a matchstick consistency or thickness. But fat wood is just such a valuable resource. Go again. We're gonna go from the thick side this time. Just tap it through. Man, I wish you guys were here, but we're trying to just make this as thin as possible. And again, you guys will hear, so we're going to set that there. Now that it's pretty thin, I don't want to be tapping it. So we're going to come from the side, and we're going to tap it down that way. So that's about what we're looking for. We're going to try to get a bunch of these little guys, especially with those really thin ends. You know how thin it is there? That's going to take our flame. It's going to give us our best chance for getting this fire going. Not going to lie, this is going to be a pretty challenging fire because it is snowing and the ground is wet. But we're gonna do our best, guys. I'm confident that we'll get this going. You know, I've been doing this a pretty long time. This one's pretty thin, but I'm going to get this even thinner. What is this? So we're doing some outdoor stuff. So let's see. Sounds like you need to know also how to make it. Fat wood? Fat wood occurs naturally. So what this is go ahead and tap this. Oops, lost that piece. Oh no. What this is when a pine tree either gets injured or dies, we'll do a little bit of a lesson real quick. When a pine tree either gets injured or dies, the part that's injured, it will flood with tree sap, right? I actually just made a short about using some tree sap no, I didn't. I was gonna make one. I used it on my last live instead. So we're gonna be doing a flint and steel fire too. Looks like you have ice in your beard. I do. It's from the condensation from my breath. It hits the very cold beard hairs, freezes. You create damage near the base, sap goes to the spot, you cut the tree down, you leave the stump long. Top is full of resin, not a one-day process. No, but that's not where I get a lot of mine from. What I usually do is I'll find the injured trees, like if, say, this is cedar, but say this bottom branch like got hit by another branch at some point, and this branch died, that whole bottom part of that branch, that would be fatwood. That's usually where I get mine. Actually, I think this one was a gift, this particular stick, because mine are usually a lot smaller than that, and they're round. But you can, I don't like to kill the trees for that, because, you know, they keep giving. Especially if you preserve it and make sure that it's, you know, like if you find one with an injury, like there's a couple trees at my in-laws on their property that they planted, where I harvest a lot of my tree sap, or a lot of my pine resin for my pine pitch glue. We're just splitting and splitting and splitting. We're gonna get this as fine as possible, just to give ourselves the best chance. I like to come out and scrape the very most top layer of the sap off, because I don't know if it was woodpeckers or what, but they've had a couple spots. They've had a couple spots where they've been injured over the years. But you'll see when we get this going, this stuff is awesome. It's like wood soaked in gasoline. It's kind of, or the bushcraft equivalent of that, you know. It burns hot, it burns well. You can get this whole thing wet. Maybe not soak it, but you can get it wet, drop it in water, have it get rained on. As long as you shave off the wet outside, it'll still burn very well, because that's because the tree sap in here, which you can see the golden colors now that I'm not on the oxidized outside. It will I would hold my flashlight up. Ooh, that's a good piece. It will but yeah, you see that really beautiful golden color on there. If I had my flashlight, I could shine this through and it would be very bright. Greetings from Finland, boss. Hey, welcome from America. They might sneak up on you, man. Hi, sweet, beautiful forest boy. Thank you. That's funny. They might sneak up on me. But yeah. Yeah, we're gonna keep processing this down. Well, that piece is gone. That sucks. It was just a little piece though, so I'm gonna split this. This one hand's getting cold. But yeah, I'm in all wool, so I'm doing okay. What state? I'm in Missouri. He's a good sport. I try to be. Do a backflip. Why does everyone keep telling me to do a backflip? You're like the third person to tell me to do a backflip today. The new Grizzly Adams. Where's Ben? It's funny. Let's see. Sounds like you need to know also how to make it. You don't make it, you find it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to get this a little thinner. I think this piece is probably fine. We'll have some stuff burn well. I've got some really thin stuff over there. I'm just kind of worried about carrying through from the really thick stuff, or the really thin stuff, into the thicker stuff. I think I am going to leave I'm going to split out this piece, and I'm going to make one into really fine shavings. And I think that's how we're going to try to do this. Cotton kills, love the wool. Yes, absolutely 100%. But I will say there's a lot of myths about wool. Love wool. You know, I'm a bushcrafter. We love our wool. Love the outdoor stuff. You know, obviously. Ooh, wind just about got you guys that time. Wool is not exactly the miracle garment that everyone, like material that everyone thinks that it is. If you have a really nice, like thin or thick wool, it's pretty good. But everyone's like, oh, I've heard so many, you know, old timers and other people be like, oh yeah, I can be comfortable out in the woods. I can go out and 20 degrees below zero, just a wool blanket, and I'll be fine. No. Not without a windproof shelter around you, not without a shelter that doesn't have any drafts, because they're, and the ones that, it was this one, I've heard guys say that, but it was one specific dude, and he's like, yep, I just got my old army surplus blanket. That's all I'll ever need. I don't need a tent, I don't need a tarp, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna leave this piece thick. I want some longer burning stuff. But now we're gonna start working on, we're gonna put this guy away. But, oh yeah, but he, it was an old, like, ratty, moth-eaten wool blanket that he had. He's like, that's all I'll ever need. We're gonna catch our stuff on here, because I have filled up the other one with my other stuff. But I got this really thin one, so we're gonna take shavings off of here, just to kind of expedite the process. But yeah, I've gone out with wool blankets, because, you know, I kind of bought into that thing. You know, gone out with just wool blankets, tried to do that. I've had friends do that. My brother-in-law tried to do that. I've done a lot of winter camping, and it's not what you think. I mean, it works. It'll keep you alive, but unless you're next to a fire, it's not great. Look behind you, Bigfoot. The big tree, behind the big tree. Ooh. Oh, you tricked me. Jesus? No. Have you ever cooked crack? Oh, I'll never tell. Have I started my fire yet? No, we're doing all prep work right now. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, particularly with pyromania. Oh my gosh. Yep, no, we're definitely getting this fire going. This wind's picking up, the snow's picking up. I'm gonna just real quick, real sloppily make the rest of these shavings. Try not to lose too many like I am. We're gonna try to make them as fine as possible. We're gonna add them to our bird nest. I think I'm gonna come over here, but my hand is starting to freeze to my knife. Hey, thanks for the gift. I'm getting cold. Me too. I dug a hole that has a fire in it. Very cool. Heck yeah. I like the size of your skillet there. What? It's like the size of your skillet, 1 feet deep. This is just a plate. But yeah, somewhere where I am too. Yeah. It's gonna make a piss poor performance there if you get sloppy. Yeah, it's true. What are you doing, bro? I'm out. Viking age gear. Using Viking tools to start a fire. Doing some Viking hiking. Looks like a nice rub on that small tree behind you. Is there a lot of deer in that area? Yes. Yeah, I'm talking about, oh yeah, that one over there, yeah. It's snowing harder now, it sure is. 20-ish Fahrenheit out here. 20, it's 20 where you're at? Man, it's like 12 degrees here. What's up? Stay warm. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm gonna get a fire going. But I'm gonna set this down. Angle down a little bit better. I'm gonna try to get, I'm not trying to make a feather stick, I'm just trying to make some shavings to mix into a bird's nest, so we have our best chance of getting a fire going, because we don't have a very good bird's nest. I will actually make this a little bit of a feather stick, just to Got a little bit going. You know, no, we're not. We're just gonna bust that off. Whew. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling the cold. Whenever you stop moving, that's when you really start feeling the cold outside. So we're getting snow in it, but that's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dump out the rest of our bird's nest stuff here. And we're gonna leave this big piece big. We're actually gonna move that over there. And we're gonna set this down in my backpack so the wind doesn't blow it away. Actually, I gotta pull out this stuff. A lot of it's cedar needles, so it's not wanting to come out. Better hurry. Yeah, I'm freezing. It's 39 where I'm at. Wow. Prickly wood in the gloves. Yep. It's all historically accurate. Mostly. I mean, I've got some mixed areas. Why a bird's nest? Not an actual bird's nest. It's just what we call like tinder bundles, basically. I'll show you. But you want really fine stuff whenever you're making a natural fire like this. So I got all that out. We're gonna put this up. It's very important to make sure to put your knives back in the sheaths. So you, one, don't hurt yourself. Two, don't lose your knife or your sheath. So we're gonna throw this guy back in. Let's see. You remember me from your stream? Your other stream? I do. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Historical Vikings stream their survival process to their followers. That is true, absolutely. It's 34 where I am. Where I'm at, I think it's like, let's see what the weather app says. It is 15, feels like 3 degrees. Fahrenheit, by the way. Yes, Vikings were good at streams. Yes, the original live streamers. They actually invented Twitch. That's why it's called that. I will not elaborate. So, this is a very small tinder bundle. So that's why I wanted to gather up. I mean, there's snow in here now, so hurting our odds even more. I think I might take apart some of my natural cordage just to kind of build this up just a little bit more. But we're going to get a little flint and steel kit going. We're going to put the char in here, char cloth, and we should be able to get that going. But I think we're going to take apart some of this cordage that I don't care about. Which cordage is just basically string. We're going to like cut this little end off, put this back in here. I'm going to show you guys a little life hack, fire starting camping hack thing. So this is a pure beeswax candle. We're gonna see if we can light this with a flint and steel and the rest of this, because that tinder bundle's so small. If we can get the flame to transfer to this and have this go, I can get a fire going with that. But we're also gonna, I don't see a lot of survival people or bushcraft people do this, so we're gonna sacrifice just about that much cordage. This is just stuff I've made from inner bark. Where'd I put my knife? Move this guy back out here. Should just put it on my belt. That would just make too much sense though. So we're gonna cut this cordage. It is very cold. Who made the plate? I got it at a secondhand shop. I don't know. I would have chuckled if it went through all this just to light with a big lighter. That would be a pretty good bit. Hey Mystic and chat. Hey Panic, welcome. Oh, I'm bad at survival. Oh no, my heart, my soul. Oh, put the wrong one up. Ooh, what a bully. Ooh, I am crying. Should have pot soup and stew cooking now. That would be very nice, but we're just doing a little sausage. So what I'm gonna do, so I'm just with the side of my knife, I'm gonna scrape off little bits of this beeswax, and that'll help it. That'll be a nice little tinder extender. I'm gonna go all the way around just because I don't want to thin out one side of the candle too much. So we're gonna get some of this on here, and I'm gonna show you another little life hack. Try not to get too much snow in here. Put this back down on my backpack to show you something else. So, I'm going to sacrifice this cordage, right? So before I do that, I'm going to, while it's still rough and it's still got that texture, I'm going to rub this through the candle. Just going to put my thumb down, press down on it, pull it through, and the heat from the friction, I'm going to take that little bit that came off, put that in there. The heat from the friction, it's going to be a little harder today because it's, you know, well below freezing. Some of this wax will come off on here and then make it burn a lot longer. So we're going to do a couple different things to get this fire going. We're going to, one, get this tinder bundle going with the flint and steel, and two, man, it's not really wanting to go. Gonna have to really crank down on it, but yeah, that's what you want to see. Perfect. So you see how it's kind of got this little dip in it now? That wax is all inside this cordage. So we're going to keep doing that. We're going to get, this is how I wax my thread for my my projects as well. So now we got that there. It's got a little bit of wax in it, not a whole lot, but it'll help. We're just going to pull apart this cordage. There we go. And this should give us enough tinder to get this going. Char cloth or fungus bundle. Okay, so watching this on VR, that's crazy. Wah! I'm just kidding. That's funny. But did it start yet? Not yet. Blind leading the blind. You're a very negative guy, you know? Have faith a little bit, man. I've been doing this a long time. So we're gonna undo this cordage. Same way I made it, basically. Nice, I can feel the wax on there. So now that that's apart, we're going to go ahead and open it up even more, get that twist out of there. Like I said, this is just inner bark, so we should be able to pull it apart like twine, and we'll just keep processing it down finer and finer. And pull it apart, then pull it apart, then pull it apart again. I'd say that's pretty good. So that piece is ready. We're going to go ahead and put that in our tinder bundle down there. I don't want to hold on to all this, but this is what it starts out as. Just little thin strips of inner bark I process off a tree. Him is so pissed that you're not wearing a North Face parka. Why would you grow your hair to intermingle with your food? Him hating on cheating is also watching. Also watching is just helping. Yeah, for views and stuff, for sure. With manure. Oh, chatting, yeah. I was gonna say, it would be definitely cheating if I was using a Bic or something. But I didn't even bring that. I don't even have that as an option. I just really wanted to have a good challenge today. So, gonna kind of ball this up, and this will also help break up the fibers a little bit more. You can kind of see like little fibers like this coming out. And then we're gonna pull it apart again. Definitely feel the wax on there, but that's nice. That's what we're looking for. We're gonna keep processing down. Sorry if this isn't the most interesting. Leave them to their misery. Yeah. Who made your hat? A lovely lady. I can't remember her name or her shop. But I met her at a Viking age reenactment group. It looks knitted or crocheted or something. I don't really know the difference. But it's actually an old Viking age technique called nail bound, where they take a needle and they do a special knot thing. I don't know. All that's like witchcraft to me. I don't know how any of that stuff works, knitting or crocheting. Leave me to my blacksmithing. But yeah, really lovely lady. I've actually had quite a few people ask where I got it, so maybe I'll ask my reenactment group, see if they know. But I really love it. It's really warm, actually. So we're just kind of breaking this down into small pieces. Got just one big piece left. We're going to break this down a couple times, a couple layers. Grab that. Don't want to lose even a little bit. Let's see. Peace be upon you. And you too. Got a hat similar out of Walmart. Yeah, you should make hats out of possum skin. Possums are really hard to skin, actually. They got really thin skin. Alright, so we've got a nice little tinder bundle here. We've got fat wood in here, we've got some cedar bark, we've got some cedar needles. We're going to try to get it. We've got some snow in here, we've got some beeswax, we've got all kinds of stuff. I have a good amount of faith in this tinder bundle. I wish there was less snow in it, but you know it is what it is. So we got all that. We're going to kind of make a bird nest shape. We're going to dump all that in there. I'm definitely losing some, but that's okay. I think we're going to move over there to our fire area. Put this back in here so I don't lose it. We're going to grab our fat wood too. A little fat wood shavings. We're going to put our candle on there. We're going to put our whole fire kit in here. Got some fat wood shavings in here I missed. First ones I made. It's all about proper preparation. Do not rush, especially if this was a real survival situation. You know, like hypothermia was a real risk, which I mean it is a risk out here, but we don't want to be in a rush. Haste makes waste. That's something I very much believe, something my dad used to say all the time. So we are going to cheat technically with this Bic lighter. No, I'm just kidding. So the Vikings would not have used char cloth, but my piece of flint that I have is bad. It's pretty bad. Plants and mushrooms. I'd wager he's at least 3 mortar and pestle combos in his home. Hey, don't call me out like that. I do have some mortar and pestles. They're pretty handy little things. So yeah, this piece of flint I have here is not the greatest. A lot of the edge, the really sharp edge, is chipped away and gone. So we're gonna do our best. I've used that one for a while, but if I can't get that going, I'm gonna freeze to death. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go home. I do also have, let's see, this is not my period accurate kit for this period at least. I do have some more tinder, or not tinder, char cloth in here. Wow, this metal's so cold. Okay, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna stop talking about it and start being about it. So I can put my gloves back on so I can get some cooking started. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down here. I'm gonna grab my gloves actually because I do want to sort through some of this. And I want to warm up a bit. I just dump. You see me dump a bunch of liquid on it from off camera. Just gasoline, straight up gasoline. We're gonna drop you guys down here with me, hanging out in the fire area. Let's see. Hey Mystic, you can't die on stream. YouTube doesn't like that. They sure don't. They sure don't. I don't want to get a strike for dying. All right. So I do want to start getting this fire area set up properly. I want it about here. So we're gonna go ahead, build a base area. We're gonna, whenever I do stuff like this, especially if it's a difficult fire, we got a little bit of snow on the ground, even where I cleared it off. You guys can't see any of what I'm talking about. So we're gonna build a base. You gotta stick here. I'm gonna put another one here. I think we're actually gonna do, I think that'll be good for those. Those will take the longest to light. So I'm gonna kinda, it's like building the house a bit. So we're gonna build a nice base without knocking our tinder bundle all around. of like building a house. We're going to build our walls now. We got our base, our floor, all that. Put that there. And then thicker stuff right here. So I'm going to kind of establish the area where I'm going to set my tinder bundle. I'm going to put it on this nice dry broken piece of wood right here. And I'm going to build a couple, we're basically building a little platform. I think I'm going to try to find a nice dryish leaf to actually set the stuff on. So that's where we're going to actually set our tinder bundle. So we're going to build the fire above that. So we're going to get, I'm actually going to bring this in a bit because I don't need this to be a very big fire. I just need to cook some sausages and warm up for a bit. I'm going to start putting some thumb-sized, finger-sized pieces around it. Especially these nice split pieces. That's nice dry wood that's exposed. We're actually going to crack that again. See if we can't get some, make that a nice little base as well. The leaf isn't actually like really that important. I just kind of wanted to establish an area where I was going to put this. This isn't the best wood here, so we're going to put that kind of further on the outside. So we're going to set that to the side. Now we can pretty much set the rest of this to the side. I like to build up a nice back wall, so that way I can put a lot of stuff on the fire. Welcome everyone. Dies on stream, gets community guideline strike. Mystic and Afterlife. Oh, dang it! But yeah, so we're gonna pretty much put the fire right here. So I want that to be a little covered, a little bit of a protected area right here, so that even if I drop a bunch of sticks on top, I can't smother it. There will still be room for that to burn up into the stuff. So we're going to go ahead and start prepping this up a little bit better. We're going to put our really thin stuff here, kindling. Wow, it's really crazy how well these gloves work, especially moving around and stuff. So we want to try to keep it together. We want this nice, really thin stuff, because that's what's going to be, that's what's going to take our flame. Now I want to use to extend our flame as well. I'm trying to just make long, straight pieces, so I know exactly how it's going to sit. It's all going to be kind of close together. We're going to just go ahead and start putting some stuff there. I know where I'm going to be putting my tinder bundle. I'm going to put it right there. Once I get it going, flint and steel started. Surface area, yeah, the thin stuff has a lot of surface area, so that means it'll take the flame the best. Oh, there's a little sapling in there. Well, that explains why I couldn't pick that up. I was like, dang, did it freeze the ground or something? Nope. It's gone. Kind of separating. I know this is taking a little bit, guys. Sorry. Appreciate your patience if you're hanging out. So we're going to go ahead and break that. Break that again. More surface area. Be able to have it exactly where I want it. These nice little bundles. I really like these for starting fires, especially under tricky conditions like this. There. I have faith in this fire. I don't think we're going to struggle too much with this. If we do, I guess I'll freeze. I'm just kidding. No high stakes. I guess I gotta do the YouTube self-promote thing. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that. I would like for this to be my job someday. That'd be really cool. You know, I'm not gonna bank on it, but if it happens, that'd be super, super, super cool. I would very much, I messed up my fire lay a little bit. I'd very much like to do this as a job instead of driving a forklift. So if you like what you see, make sure to remember to like. I know it's easy to forget when you're actually watching something. I do it all the time. I was watching someone on live the other day. It was a guy prepping a skin for tanning, which I'm actually doing right now. I was like, oh, cool. I really like this guy. I really like the way he explains things. I'll check out his other stuff, but I got so engrossed in watching the video that I totally forgot to subscribe, and I do not remember his name, and I cannot find him. For some reason, it's not in my watch history. So we're going to call this just about good. We're going to straighten our fire blade back up. Going to put our tinder bundle right there. Wish me luck. Let's see. Dang it, Mystic, I already told you can't die in stream. You're not allowed to do that. YouTube doesn't like it. Yeah. To the armchair outdoorsman, try saying something kind. I like fire. I want to see fire, please. He already knows how to make fire. Don't you guys know? Yeah, I've been doing this forever. Can you rub sticks together and start a fire? Yes, absolutely. Might want to watch Rune Bertram. Your filming needs work. Well, this is I do like Rune Bertram, or I think his name's like a Bertram, a bloke in the woods now. But this is a live stream. It's a little different. My normal filming, I have not done that in a while. Not since my son was born. So we're gonna go ahead and get this set down here. Gotta take the gloves, mittens off, unfortunately. If you die in stream, can I have that large knife if you can find it? Light it. I have to go. I'll hurry for you. I'm gonna do my best. There's a little bit of snow and frost in my char cloth. I think we got it. So I got 2 pieces of char cloth here. I've got my steel, which is not the best. I think the best edge I've got is right about there. So we're gonna try to shoot for there. We've got our Viking age. Do you know how to tie knots? Yes. We'll go over that in a minute. So we're gonna go ahead, see if we can't get a spark to take. There we go. We got a couple guys. Now it's important not to rush. Because that is how you make mistakes, my friends. So we're going to take our nice piece of char cloth burning there. I have no doubt at all we'll be able to get this going pretty quick. I'm in fact going to take the time to adjust the camera. So we've got the tinder bundle right here. Everything in there, all those goodies. We're going to give it air. Make sure you fold it over so it's got as much contact as possible without smothering it. Give it lots of oxygen. Now that it's lit, we're gonna flip it over. I don't think we need to light the candle, guys. I think we pretty much got it. We got all our thin pieces of fat wood on there now. We're gonna see about getting those going. Hopefully those start lighting up. We're gonna go ahead and get our kindling on here. We're gonna push it down so it has pretty good contact, and like I said, I built that thing so it'll make it to where it will I'm actively pushing down on it, and it's not extinguishing the fire. It's a very solid technique, especially if you've got a fire where you know it's a little frantic. Say you're cold, say you do have hypothermia. Yeah, I mean it's that easy, guys. We're clammed down. Prometheus smiles upon you. Ooh. I do like me some Greek mythology. So yeah, I think we're pretty much golden, guys. We're gonna go ahead and start putting our pencil-sized stuff on. Push down. You see that black smoke coming out of there? That's from the fat wood. Those hydrocarbons within the fat wood burning off. And there we go. It's that easy. Fire! Probably feels good on those hands. Oh my gosh, it sure does. So now, we're going to clean up our air. We're going to throw our little sticks on there, get that going. Oh my gosh. You are now my best friend. Thanks, Panic. But yeah, I've been, it's really funny because lately, you know, pretty much most of my new subscribers know me as like a crafting guy, but like I started in outdoor stuff. I started in like bushcraft, outdoor survival. That's my meat and potatoes. I only started doing the crafting stuff to help out with the outdoor stuff. It's really funny. One of my friends, you know, I've known for a long time, was like, man, I knew you knew about outdoor stuff, but I didn't know you like knew about outdoor stuff. Look at this fire, guys. Ooh, buddy. That's what I said about proper preparation. You gotta be prepared when you start these fires. You can't just half-ass it, especially in these rough conditions. Fire does not like the cold. Fire does not like the wet, and those are the conditions where you need fire the most. I can start thawing my beard out now. But the conditions where you need fire the most are the ones where it's going to be hardest to actually get a fire going. I'm trying to figure out where the best place to put you guys is. This was fun. Have a good night, everybody. You too, man. Prometheus means forethought. Is that really what Prometheus means? That's really cool. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. So we're going to get some of our thicker stuff going. It's okay if it gets a little sloppy right now. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, gosh, guys, that feels so good. It's fire well earned. We put a lot of work into it. But chat, we got there. Some of this wood's a little wet, smoking me out a bit. But I'm going to go grab the food while this fire burns down to some good embers. Like I said, nothing too special today, guys. Just some pre-cooked sausages, some goat cheese, and some flatbread. Alright, be right back. I had some mushrooms too, but I don't think we're going to cook those. Roasting the camera a bit. You guys like that POV? You're a stick next to a fire. Oh, guys, this is great. So, got some urban cheese. Or urban garlic goat cheese. Got these really delicious spinach and feta sausages just from Aldi's. Nothing fancy. I know it's like reverse for you guys, so sorry about that. But getting the feet next to the fire. Oh, this fire is going. Oh yeah, and we also got a couple pieces of flatbread. Like it's like pita basically. Viking age, all these. Yeah, I would have done like a flatbread and a nice like local, you know, gotten some like deer steaks or some actual steaks from a good butcher nearby or something, but didn't really have a lot of time. Like I said, it's kind of impromptu. You know what? I think I earned 3. We'll see if I can finish them. Set that over here. Burn, baby, burn. Absolutely. Put my fire back. I got shrinkage. Oh, my foot. It's on fire for a second there. Feels nice, guys. Man, nothing quite like winter making you appreciate warmth and fire. But yeah, I do all kinds of stuff on this channel. Outdoor crafting, you know, Viking Age obviously stuff. I haven't done a whole lot of the Viking Age stuff. I think I have one video on my fire kit, which I did not actually bring today. I've got one Viking day hike video as well, where I kind of sit and BS with you guys. Just making like a little cooking stick. We're gonna do this campfire style. Yeah, these are starting to get frozen. Just gonna warm them up, pretty much. Nothing too fancy today. Usually I'd make flatbread, but it's gonna be the 100th like. Oh, heck yeah. Appreciate that. Cornholio. Beautiful fire. Take that, haters. That's funny. Take that, haters. You build one and toss us the link. Yeah, for sure. It's really funny. I have this friend. I mean, I wouldn't say like we're not like close friends or anything, but he's kind of like one of those people on the outside fringe of my circle of friends. So he's like always there, friends with all my friends, but I've never like really hung out with him. Sorry you can't really see how I'm cooking this. But back when I first like started getting into survival and building kits, he was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't really carry that. You know, he didn't know anything about it. Though he's just like one of those people who's always like, oh yeah, you know, I would personally carry this and this, and that's all I'd need. And then told me, I remember it because I was talking about it like building a bug out bag, and he was like, oh yeah, if I wouldn't actually build a bug out bag, because if the apocalypse happened or the end of the world happened, which is not what a bug out bag is for necessarily, it's just for like emergencies. He was like, I would just go rob someone else who prepped up, and it's like, okay, bud. All right. But then wanted to act like he just knew so much about it. Actually, I think I'm gonna stick this in the ground. I mean, we all know people like that. People who are always right about everything. So I'm gonna stick this on the ground next to the fire because I want to start spreading the thing. But yeah, I remember one time he was like, the reason he said that was he was like, set it up like this. We'll turn it every once in a while, but we got a good amount of heat coming off. I'll show you. That's kind of got stuck there. Oh yeah, it's already starting to warm up. But he was like, yeah, because I showed him what was in my bag because he was curious about it. Like, I could tell he was curious about it. And he was like, it's really funny because he was like, yeah, I wouldn't put that in mine. You don't seem to really know what you're talking about. I was like, oh, cool, where's your bag? He was like, oh, well, I don't have one. I would just rob a prepper. Because they already got it all stocked up for me. And it's like, yeah. We all know one. Okay, I'm on my way. Have some food for me, Mystic? Yeah, for sure. Come on down, bud. We're going to get some of this good garlic and herb goat cheese, which is frozen. It's frozen solid. And I think we're going to try to get all my fire stuff off of here. Dump the last little bit of my fat wood in there. Clear off our multi-use plate. I think I'm going to use this as a cutting board. Slice up some of this goat cheese. See if the inside's a little softer than the outside. And see if we can't maybe spread it on some of this flatbread. Which flatbread's super easy to make. I didn't make this, it's store-bought, but I don't know if it's pita or non. I don't remember. But yeah, it's pretty well frozen, but I think it's working well enough. Definitely be an interesting flavor combination. But flatbread's super easy to make. It's just seasoning, like, you know, salt, oregano, which the Vikings did have. They called it by a different name, which I don't know. I do not speak Old Norse. I'm just gonna lay it right on the coals, guys. Manage the fire a little bit, but yeah, it's just water, flour. Usually it would be like a not a wheat flour, but like a barley flour, or a oh, I almost missed out on a whole big stick. Oh yeah, we're getting some good color on that now. But yeah, barley flour, oat flour. Heck yeah. But yeah, make sure to subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. Outdoor stuff, Viking Age stuff, crafting, you know. I make my own tools. I made this knife. I forged my fire steels. Just all kinds of stuff on this channel, you know, variety. Variety is important. I'm hearing some nice sizzling. Scrape off some of the embers that are on here. I think that looks good enough. It's already pre-cooked, so we were just warming it up. Put it right on that goat cheese. And we're gonna start the next one while we still got a fire going. But yeah, let's see how it tastes, guys. Cheers to you guys. Thanks for watching. That's very hot. I burned the crap out of my mouth. Oh my gosh. Be right back. Whew. I've got just the thing. It's not frozen. Got some Odin's Skull mead. A little bit of snow on the bottom. I'm going to drink it out of this kooks I made. Maybe you could build a Viking axe on stream, not as a weapon, but as a tool for survival. Heck yeah. Definitely want to. Oh, it's a slushy. Oh, that's funny. Cheers to you guys. Skål, as the Vikings would say. Oh my gosh, that's so cold. Nice for a good burnt mouth, though. Ah. Not going to drink too much of that. Just wanted something to wet the old whistle that wasn't water. Luckily in my area we don't have to worry about bears or anything, so. Yeah, the cheese is melted now. Right on there. That's really nice. It's good stuff. You know, in a way, I'm sharing this experience with you guys. Sorry, I said on my mustache. But I always love coming out and sharing food with people. You know, there's just something about sharing a meal with someone you know, care about or you're friends with. Just makes the food taste a little better. Love goat cheese, yeah. This slaps. Make this at home. Goat cheese, flatbread. You could use a pita, you could use like naan. Really good stuff. And a nice sausage. And there too. Killer. Oh, do you remember me? I think I do. I think you were there the stream before last. I did. Goat cheese is my favorite pizza topping. I've never had it on pizza, but that sounds awesome. I think this one's just about done. It's got a little coal on it. That's funny. Knock that off. I'm gonna get a little bit more color back here. You know, because you know it's pre-cooked, but having it be even's nice. What are you eating? I cooked up some of these feta and spinach chicken sausages. Put on some goat cheese on a flatbread. just chowing down. It's good stuff, really good stuff. I'm gonna stand up for a second, my foot's cramping up. But yeah, I came out to the woods, started a nice flint and steel fire. Still burning pretty good. My stick's on fire. Looks pretty good, guys. Call its character, plus it builds the immune system. Yeah, I'm gonna get that other side. The coal, yeah. Call that wood seasoning. Woodsman seasoning. Gonna slap some more. I think I'm gonna heat this up first before I put the cheese on. Just gonna put it right next to that sausage. Don't want it on there too long, just enough to kind of warm it up. Perfect. Warm to the touch, that's all I care about. Slap some cheese on there. I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat 3 of these. I think I'm gonna just eat 2. My appetite's definitely not what it used to be, and I'm getting over being sick, which is probably silly that I'm out here in the cold. Oh no! Chat. F's in the chat. We're gonna save it. I'm gonna make the ultimate sacrifice. Hey? Oh, I guess I could have just stabbed it with my knife. Now we gotta figure out how to get that out. Just gonna do the... Get it real hot. Real manly. Cooked from the inside and out. We have another sip of mead, slushy. Love your hat, thank you. I've gotten lots of compliments on the hat. Everyone seems to really like the hat. How cold is it supposed to be tonight where you're at, buddy? It's supposed to get down to 19 degrees for me. Right now it is cold. I think it's like 15. Let's see, I haven't checked it in a bit. Right now it is 16 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 3. Went up a degree. It was 15 a little bit ago. Yeah, I think this is going to be it for me for the food. And I'm gonna move a little closer to this fire. Oh yeah. But it's getting dark. I do want to head out of here before it gets dark. But yeah, let's see. Consolidate my fire a little bit more. Yeah, especially done cooking since I burned my cooking stick. Let's see. Taking your whole outfit, did you make it? This is handmade. My brother-in-law made this. Oh, excuse me, I think I got the rest of it. Yeah. I don't make much in the way of clothing. I do like forging and knife making and stuff. I made this knife currently covered in goat cheese, but I'm mostly blacksmith and stuff. I don't do a whole lot of soft kit making. Everyone likes that hat because it looks like the one your mom made for you when you were young. Yeah, it's got diagnosed with a brain tumor. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Camping overnight? No, I'm just doing a live stream to see if live streaming out in this forest was viable. I'm technically, like, you could probably hear if you listened, the highway that's pretty close. I mean, I'm in town, but I'm in like about 10 acres of woods in a park. But yeah. Gotta do that. Yummy food, man. Yeah, we're having fun out here. How will I douse the fire? I'm gonna let it burn down to coals, and I'm gonna go over to this pond here probably and get some water, or I'm gonna use the water, if it's not frozen, in my water bottle next to my backpack over there. Do that. 9 degrees. You live near RCV. That sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that. But yeah, it's supposed to be cold tonight. Eat 3? Nah. Cold weather doesn't make you sick, but I'm already sick, and cold weather can help suppress your immune system. I'm getting over the respiratory virus that shall not be named. Actually, I haven't really coughed much today. Maybe I'm pretty much over it. Apple slices are good cooked too. Heck yeah. Don't eat all. Okay. Give you some? Yeah, sure. Here you go. Take a bite. Take a bite, chat. Nom, 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 nom. Cringe. Yeah. Should have barbecue sauce, guy. That would have been pretty good, yeah. Self-made. Did I miss something? Looks very dry out there. A lot of fuel. It's very, very snowy. Got the fire. Yeah. It's going. Burned pretty well. Yeah. Which thing are you doubting that is self-made? The knives? My normal live streams are me forging, my guy. But yeah, there are lots of dry leaves. But yeah, I'm gonna let this burn down pretty much to just ashes, stomp it out, throw some water on. Yeah. Ooh. That wind is coming in. I'm gonna drink just a little bit more of this mead slushy. Love the stream. Thank you. That's crazy. There's ice on the outside of my kook stuff. But yeah, cheers, guys. Really enjoyed coming out and doing this today. Thanks for, you didn't like my joke? I didn't see your joke. You're brave to be in that weather. You should. I would shrivel up. Yeah, it's pretty chilly. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty chilly. Well, that it's cold enough to slush over. Yeah, because usually, I mean, it's not very high alcohol content. It's pretty low. Mead usually is pretty low. It's like wine. It is, oh, it's 19%. Okay, so it's a little bit stronger than most meads. This is our chill stream buddy. We go to war for him. Yeah, heck yeah, thank you. Dude out in the woods, if you care about how he's going to put out the fire. There's a dude out in the woods and you care about how he's going to take care out the fire. Well, no, okay, so that's pretty important because, like, say this burned down to embers, right? Oh, say this burned down to embers, right? And I was like, oh, it's good enough, and I left it. All it takes is one of those embers maybe blow. I mean, it's okay if there wasn't a bunch of snow everywhere, but all it takes is one of those embers going out, getting a little bit of wind, and then it burns down my local forest. That'd be very sad. Let's see. Do you winter camp? I do. I'm not doing it tonight. I just was testing to see if I could stream from this forest, and I actually have the signal to do it. I am in town, full disclosure. You may hear like the sound of highway in the background. So, but yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, you know, outdoor stuff, bushcraft stuff, making stuff, Viking stuff, hit subscribe. Gave you a like. You seem nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for your safety first. Yes, it's very important, you know, not to be too hippy-dippy about it, but it's important to take care of the forest because I want to be able to come back. I've when I was living in Kansas, someone burned down a really big part of like a conservation area, and then they were just like, nope, nobody allowed anymore. Not allowed to make fires. You're not allowed to come out and do this. And we're lucky in my area to have a lot of parks where you can just come out and make fires. Always good to practice safe campfire hygiene in all weather conditions, not just hot dry. Absolutely. Well, especially it's important to select too, because like if this was a complete cedar forest, this is mostly an oak forest, so it's not a big deal. But if it was a pine or cedar forest, don't forget to sub, guys. Mystic deserves it. Thank you. But yeah, absolutely, because I mean, I've seen the effects of underground fires, because you can start, you know, you start too close to a root of a dead tree and it can burn underground for a long time. Kansas has great camping. Yes, it does, and it's free. Absolutely. But yeah, I can hear the church bells. I mean, it's about, excuse me, 5 o'clock where I'm at. Oh, my sandwich is already getting cold. Or my hot dog, bratwurst, sausage. Same in Missouri, Linda. Yeah. Yeah, Missouri has some pretty good stuff. Is Thinky perfect to have a pond for water? Yes. I'll probably have to break some of the ice. I think I can use my water bottle. I think my water bottle is going to be fine. Because it's pretty full and it's got a big capacity. I made it with a lot of capacity. I'll be right back. You guys watch that fire for me. Whew. It's gonna get chilly. I need to start moving around a little bit, guys. The feet are starting to get cold and you don't want that. So yeah, this water bottle, which I'm going to bring a little closer but not too close, I made this out of leather and beeswax and a piece of a tree for the stopper. It might be frozen. Ruh-roh. But yeah, I might have to start packing up pretty soon here because it's starting to get dark. It doesn't look too dark on camera, but it's starting to get dark for sure. And I don't have a light source besides my phone, which you guys all know that light phones or phone flashlights kind of suck. Honestly, I mean, I know these woods really well, but walking out of the woods when it's this cold and I'm in Viking age shoes, your Viking boots, these are called. I mean, I did cheat and I do have a little bit of rubber grippy stuff on there, but they're not very good, especially in wet and icy conditions like this. Gonna try to consolidate our fire, get stoked up a little bit so it burns faster. I'm at least gonna pack up my stuff real quick just to make sure that I don't lose anything or leave anything behind. Just gonna be a little haphazard about it. My candle. Hello. I'm gonna kind of throw everything in this basket. These basket packs are really nice. Sorry about smoking you guys out. Hope you're not coughing too much. Let me address this fire real quick. Get it a little less smoky. I'm sitting in the exact wrong spot. Let's check on this water. It's slushy. Yeah. That's a little bit better. Can't, oh man, especially with the smoke, my eyes are very watery now. But sorry I can't read your chats. Uh-oh. Where's my knife? It's on my plate. Let me get a little closer to you guys. Try not to do that too much. I don't want to spread too many embers. But yeah, definitely pleased that I can stream from this forest. I'll be able to actually come out here and do some bushcrafting stuff instead of just the regular crafting stuff that I've been doing lately. check up on you guys. My dad walked away from a burning stump and left it. Ooh. And left it. Wind came up and burned down the barn. That sucks. That really sucks. Yeah, but yeah, you gotta really be careful with fires. Wow. Sorry, I hear something walking out there. I don't know if it's an animal or what. Or a person. It's probably a deer. There are lots of deer in this forest. We're gonna go ahead and use a leaf to clean up all this goat cheese. But there's deer in this forest, and there's also homeless people in this forest. And other hikers. Well, I mean, probably not actually hikers today, you know, being that it's so cold. I don't imagine a lot of other weirdos are out here like me, hiking out in this. Especially not in this park. This park's not very popular. We're gonna get packed up though anyway, because I do not want to hike out of here after dark. So yeah, again, make sure to subscribe if you're into any of this. Try to put this in here without spilling my cheese. There goes my fire steel, dang. Well, yeah. Finish up this little bit of mead. This fire pretty much burned down. Yeah, fire's no joke. I'd be making some ice cream. Need some dirt around that fire. It's got dirt. I kind of kicked some leaves a little closer than I would like, but got a nickname. One match, LOL, then no match. Love a good cedar campfire. Heck yeah. Love the campfire sounds. Yeah, it's very nice ambiance. Someone or something stuck in the woods. Are you going to come to dinner? Yeah. Alright, my love, I just gotta let this fire burn down. I do have some water to dump on it, but we'll get that. But yeah, I'll come to dinner, but you guys don't have to wait for me. I'm gonna end this live stream. I'm gonna say bye to everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. You got some wheat beef barley stew. That do be sounding good. I'll come dressed like a Viking. Sturdy little fire. Yeah, you know, we broke down one nice little dead standing sapling, and got some dead cedar branches. That's all it took. Oh, my eyes. It does sound great. Wow, look at that's ice on the bottom of my cup. That's really funny. Definitely cold. I'm all packed up. Let me double check, make sure I didn't drop anything important before it gets too bad. Looks to be all in order. Got my pack all done. Which, oh, I said I'd show you this. This is just a basket pack with some leather straps. It is attached to this stick on the inside. That fire's burning so well, I'd hate to put it out right now. Big hug, see you next time. Love you. Thank you. You can always pee on the fire. It's stinky to do that, that's true. Interesting pack. Yeah. It's I don't know if it's Viking age 100% like accurate. I don't know if they use those, but it's period plausible is what I like to say. It's definitely something possible they could use. I could always take the bigger log pieces, the bigger pieces, and throw them on the frozen pond. You have a job? Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I drive a forklift at a warehouse. I could throw these on the pond because it's a frozen pond, but it's got a bunch of snow on top. And that would pretty much guarantee they'd go out. Because there's also big snow banks. But I also... cool knife you made. Yeah, I got a knife in here I made. It's buried now, or else I'd show it to you. But I've been making them on live stream lately, so if you want to check my backlog of crafting, I actually have a playlist of a bunch of my crafting live streams, so if you guys want to check that out, or subscribe and watch it live next time I do a crafting one. I've done that. Very cool. Have you played I played Shenmue? Sorry, here's something walking again. Shenmue really turned me onto being a forklift operator. I have not. Are you in Vermont? No, I am in Missouri. I get Vermont a lot. I get, someone asked me if I was in Colorado one time. I don't think we really share a lot of, similarities in land very much. I think we're going to start killing this fire. As much as it's burning well. I mean, look at it going. That's my boy. As much as I want to keep letting this go, I do need to get going. Definitely sad. That's in the chat for the fire. So one thing I like to do, oh no, I think my bottle cap's froze. Oh, we're getting a little movement. Dang it. I'm in Missouri here too. Yeah, heck yeah. You seem like a Vermont dude. Are you near the mill? You're talking about like Moscow Mills? I think I'm about an hour from Moscow Mills. Chad, I can't get that out. Watkins Mill. I have no idea where that's at. I'm about an hour from St. Louis. Let's see if I can just pour past. This isn't the normal stopper for this. Hey, look at that. Nice controlled extinguishing. My glove! Rest in peace, fire. I hardly knew thee. Got more water in here. It's just freezing to the... There it goes. Can't see through all the smoke where I'm at. Now this is going to steam for a while, but I need to make sure there's no active embers. Whew. Make sure that it's put out. important while you're doing this, kind of stir the fire around. A couple reasons. One, so you can find any embers that are burning that you didn't see. And two, exposing the stuff to wet wood will help put it out. But I got about 5 minutes of light left. I mean, I'm going to stay until this is out. It's not an option. Leave this even smoldering. Yeah, look at all this ice on here. I don't know if you can see it very well. Wow, there's a lot of ice in here. So now, I've pretty much got most of the embers. There are some still. But unfortunately, my water bottle, this is like half full. And it's all ice. So we're just going to really make sure get any embers out. See, I saw one over here. He's kind of make sure to stomp it up, really mash it into the ground. There's another ember there. And it's important when you're doing this to make sure that you're not kicking the embers everywhere. And we got that whole piece there. We're going to put that right in the middle of the wet stuff. We're going to mash it down, smother it, get any embers that come out. We got another spot there. Very important. Cannot stress enough fire safety, guys. Put my gloves back on. Got a little ember there. I'm going to move these leaves away. More embers I can see. So you really want to like smother, tamp down the fire, move stuff around, kick some dirt on it. Sorry I'm not reading your chats. I really want to make sure I get this before I go. Put my mittens back on real quick. See some more embers over here. You can kind of sit and wait for a little bit. I do have, I guess that'd be a little bit silly. I could also throw all that snow on there. Don't want to leave the leaves though. But yeah, you guys are getting the gist of this. I mean, I'm sure you guys know. I'll put a fire out. So let's see what you guys are seeing while I continue playing the fire stopping game. Damn, those are definitely trapper shoes. That's funny. You missed a spot. Mods, ban my wife. Ban her. Just kidding, don't. She'll get mad at me. Unless you ban her from my house, mods. Just kidding. You grab some snow, throw some snow on there. Perfect. You're done. No, Zero, wait. She's gonna beat me up. Which, thanks again so much, Zero, for your very generous gifts. Unfortunately, I was gonna message you. Oh, I'll probably message. It's probably private. I'll talk to you about it later. But there was a little bit of damage to some of it. I was gonna bring it up, but I got very sidetracked. So I got this piece here that is smoking or smoldering. We're just gonna pick this up. We're gonna roll it around some of the snow. Yeah, I think that's just residual heat. There's no embers going, but yeah, we pretty much got this. That piece is just, I think, warm. But yeah, oh man, it's so cold. I touched that snow. Can you guys hear that? I'm touching the pole for the tripod, and the little bit of moisture. So I'm just gonna make sure there's no more coals. I'm gonna kick some more snow on here, stomp it into the dirt some more. This piece is still doing stuff. I'm gonna throw this on the pond. I think it's fine. I'm gonna cover it with snow. So we're just gonna chuck it on here. I mean, I'm holding it, but I don't feel anything. And if it was burning, it would be burning my hand by now. Right on the pond. Barely. I hit a tree and it bounced and then bounced again. Yeah, this might be a rough egress from this nice forest. This area's pretty dense, but yeah, I don't see any more smoke. I definitely don't see any embers. I don't even see any steam. I think we're golden. I kicked up some snow on it. Kicked up some snow and dirt on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my backpack back on. We're gonna make our way downtown, walking fast, and we're homebound. Yep, definitely getting dark. And there is a couple spots, because this forest, I believe, used to belong to private owners. So there's a couple spots where there's fence, like in the middle of the forest, from old property lines, back before, I guess, the city got to it, or owned it. Ooh. Try not to fall. Alright, well, I said fall and then immediately fell. Bear with me a second, guys. I'm fine. I just dropped all my loot. Oh. You guys are fine. That's funny. Try not to fall, immediately fall. That's getting clipped and put on a YouTube short. Oh, I broke my tripod. Oh yeah, that cold just snapped the plastic. Well, ooh, yeah, no, I'm okay. Tripod is not okay. Hopefully, yeah. I'm gonna set you guys down for just a second. Look at the sky. Oh. Make sure I didn't drop anything. That's the only thing about these period accurate shoes, guys. I mean, this isn't even period accurate, but because I have the little rubber soles on it. But they're so slick. I think that'll actually be one of my next forging projects. So I'm gonna make some, they had these like triangular, like ice cleats. They're really cool. I've been wanting to forge some for a while. And I think that's a good motivation to do so. Yeah. That's why we can't have nice things. Hey, mind your own business. But I think this tripod is savable. I will just super glue it back together because it's just the plastic. Here's that pond you can see. I don't know if you guys can see right there Right to the left of that dark spot where the ice is kind of thin, that's our piece of burnt wood. So we gotta see. I don't want to get too close to the pond, but this may be a treacherous way out. Ooh, useful tree. Got some hawthorn here, it looks like. These thorns are really good for sewing needles and fish hooks. Fun fact. F's in the chat for my tripod, guys. Let's see. Trying to navigate through these hawthorns. Ooh. Yeah, see, that's a bit of a problem. Because this path, you know, is going uphill. That's one thing, but the part that I slipped on was not very steep. But we got to make our way down this steep hill and back up to where those lights are, roughly. Gonna definitely be much more careful on my way as I almost eat it again. I need a walking stick. That would help immensely. Blair Witch Part 12. Guys, I don't know where I'm at. All my friends have disappeared. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. Please help me. It's funny, you can see all the lights in the distance. Like I said, we're in the middle of town, basically. It's a really small, I mean, it's like 10 acres. The 10-acre wood. Yeah, I'm definitely going to slow down right here because we got all this. It was really easy to come up and actually see where I've disturbed the snow coming up. We're going to take our time. Thank you, Zero. Appreciate you. The real MVP. The OG. Man, we gotta go down a hill, then up a hill. Ooh. The way that first fall happened was it reminded me, I don't know if any of you guys have kids that watch Adventure Time or watched it yourselves as kids, but there's a character called the Lich, who is a lich, and he goes, fall, and then people in the show, the main characters fall, and I said fall, and then I fell. It's kind of funny to me. I should have brought a lantern, but I wanted to go full period accurate for the most part. Oh, you know what, guys? I think I know why I'm having so much trouble walking. That water that I poured on that fire. Is that a house? Oh. There's a house like right there. They must have built that in the last couple years or so. I didn't know that was out here. Oh yeah, it looks like there's a whole little neighborhood flooded up right here. That kind of stinks. I mean, it's good for them, nice next to the woods, but the woods are a little less wild now. That used to be woods over there. We crossed originally right over here. I think we're gonna cross over here again. Oh yeah, I think there's ice in the bottom of my shoes from stepping on the wet wood and then having it refreeze to my boots, which are already slick by nature. Yeah. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Appreciate you watching the live stream. I'll try not to fall again here. This is a really tricky spot. If I can make it past here, I'll pretty much be good. I think we're just about golden. We just got to get up and out. There is a path that is like 3 times longer that I could use to get out. Or I could go the way I came in, but that's all uphill. This bank's a little steep right here. I'm gonna try to come in over here, get up here. Wish me luck, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there we go. Might try to scrape my boots off. That's a thorn bush, right in the hand. Wow, you can't see nothing. You can see the nice light. Here, how's this? See a little better. See the lights over there too. I think that's some sort of business over there. These woods are pretty small. They're in town, but I can stream from them, so that's cool. Let's see. Yeah. Did you guys like this content? Did you guys like the Viking Age hike live stream? Or do you think I should save that for like regular videos and just make keep doing the crafting live streams and save my other content for like regular type videos? Because I'm gonna be honest, my regular videos don't do very well. I maybe get like 100 views, but on these live streams I get like 1,000 at a minimum. Yeah, it's very steep here. I need a good walking stick. I mean, I have good walking sticks. I just did not deign to bring any because I'm a goober. Very steep here. Yeah, you guys can see. We're gonna try not to fall again. Key is to not take too big of steps and to really plant your foot in. Try to get under the leaves and snow where there's not ice and slick stuff. Don't get too overconfident. Oh, like that, almost lost it there. Whew, pretty much over the hilly part, guys. Just about at the tree line. And being at the tree line, I think I'm going to end this stream before I rejoin society as a modern man. Really appreciate you guys hanging out again. Let's see. It was fun getting out of the woods with you. It's a good mix of all your skills. Thank you. I think so. I thought that kind of lung capacity is definitely not all the way back. Yeah, I think so. That's why I kind of like, you know, it's like if you think about it, my skill set's pretty diverse. Not to toot my own horn, but we've got a pretty diverse skill set, but they all kind of touch each other. Every skill kind of like bleeds into the others, and they all are tied together with the thread of the outdoors. Hence, you know, Mystic Forge Outdoors. Maybe one day I'll get into the mystic stuff. But yeah, have a good night with the family. I will do that. Thank you, Zero. You too. Hope you're feeling better. Hope your boo-boos you got the other day carving are better. But yeah, I'm at the tree line now. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Walk back home. Oh, wife, are you still here? This was great. Next time a headlamp, but that's not. Vikings didn't have that. But I appreciate you looking out for me. I'll probably do a normal like regular bushcraft live stream. I'm gonna be real with you, it's probably gonna be pretty similar to this. But maybe I was gonna put up like a little shelter this time, but I did not do that. I didn't want to carry out the extra weight. This was great. Okay, torch. Yeah, torch would work. I have that candle. They actually had little lanterns made of rawhide. I'll make one of those. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll make a video about it. All right. I know you guys can't really see me too well. But yeah, thanks again. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like if you haven't liked already. Helps out the channel a lot. And I hope to one day be able to do this professionally. That'd be really cool. But till the next time, get out in the woods, stay safe, and stay warm. You guys all have a great one. See you next time. Whew, I'm cold.